Ada! Ada!
I didn't realize Twitch had ads now. That's fantastic. Oh, Windows not looking all that great. Let's fix that.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hold on. I can't hear you. 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
It's on me. I know what it is. Yep, that's why. Can we make you default? All right, it should be better now. I think. Oh, yeah, I think I heard you. Maybe?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How
It's
are you?
Toast. Doing alright.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, my dude?
So far so good. Just getting the stream set up here, making sure everything's broadcasting okay.
Excellent. Excellent. Cool.
I'm gonna turn your voice up a bit because you're a little quiet.
Hey!
Oh, hello,
Which is very
Finch.
loud. Hello.
Here, let me.
Oh, wait, I'm loud? Oh no!
Yeah, you're a
Oh
little-
no!
It's a little extreme.
That's fine. We can make adjustments here.
That is a good part though.
Yeah, better
Turn you
tune
down a
And
little
now
bit.
I hear myself.
Yes.
Dang it. I'm just gonna mute General here. Woo, let's get this party started, except we can't.
All right. Go ahead.
Mute General here. Woo, let's get this party started, except we can't.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, working good.
That feedback was late.
It's like a very late.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was me testing out the stream audio.
Oh,
That makes sense. That
it
makes sense.
does.
So you can get quieter, you can get louder.
I can also up myself on my end too, just a little bit. If you, oh, hold on. Let me don't before you do too much. Let me change something. Okay, now it should be.
Now you're
Better?
very loud. Now I get to turn you down again. Woo!
Yeah, turn me back down again. I had the wrong input on.
Oh no. Wrong inputs are bad.
Yeah, I have it set up so that when I stream, I can have my mic and the sound.
Wrong inputs are
of my
bad.
Mixer. Yeah, I have it go live.
Perfect.
And then I also have another out of my mixer that's like a really, really shitty out that comes in so people can listen on Discord live to just the voice. It works, but it's
It
not
should.
perfect.
But I already have the room set up.
Oh, you got a room set up?
Yeah,
Okay.
I already have a room set up.
Do you want to share it in? Is that it in staff discuss? No.
As soon as I actually fix up all the rules. Gadgets are off. Lobby. Huh.
You could use, there is like the setting for tournaments in the game now.
I forgot about that.
And that'll set it all up for you. I think how most
Yeah.
folks do the thing. Set in. Wait.
One that does tournament striking.
I don't
Yes,
know.
it says circuit striking, but oh well.
So it keeps blind pick off too. That's a bit different.
It does.
All right. I'm in. Yeah, it does. It should handle all of that stuff more or less fairly well.
More or less.
Um,
I already put in the room number.
There it is.
yeah, I'm in your room.
Yeah. Okay, so your Toe's the one with the deep voice.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, it's gonna be
There's
hard.
also Keg Luneg also has a deep voice, and I think he might actually have a deeper voice than me, which
Hmm.
I mean, good for him.
You know, it's just deep voices, males. You know, it's
Nothing wrong with
genetic
deep voice.
features.
No, sir. No, sir. All right. So, do we have a bracket anywhere?
Yes, we do. I can actually look.
Um,
Uh, Bracket, and we have for the very first one it's Mean Ween and Chatia.
can you link me in staff discuss or streaming staff? I don't know which one we're supposed to use for this.
I don't know. I'm
Sure.
just gonna use. I'm just gonna use. Oh, there you go.
Thank
There
you.
you did it.
Um, so you did something on stream, Tanarus, and you expanded it out so that the bottom of the thing is not shown.
It's well, I'm not using the full screen of my main monitor here, so it's custom size, and I gotta adjust for the
Oh
for the
god, it's a
screen.
nightmare.
It must be.
I hate when that happens.
It's not too bad.
So I'm looking at our singles in this bracket, right? Who are we? We're not streaming everyone, right? That would be. I
No, we're
mean,
not. We're not going to be streaming until like the top 16, if I do recall.
oh,
So we're
really?
just going to be streaming random matches. So I'm going to be guessing we're going to do Mean Ween and Chatia first because, yeah.
Oh, you say that, and the bracket just changed. It's now Chatia and Crescendo.
Yeah, in Crescendo, yeah. Who's projected? Bob Henderson, Koselix, Dr. Phazon, Atrophius,
Mm-hmm.
Suke, Cappy is in this.
Oh, we got another one.
Big names.
Lots
What do you
of
mean?
names. Another one just joined in. I think it's the huge H1N.
I'm pretty sure Kuki said 2 minutes to sign up like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh goodness. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
No worries.
Oh, dang, that projected actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great thing that I love Smash, that Smash GG does that. But so if you're
Mhm.
setting up online tournaments on Smash GG, one, you need to have a Facebook, and two, you have to do a video call with the people who make the program.
Yeah.
Which is bizarre to me. I'm like, why can't I just use your software without human interaction? Who wants that? I don't.
Who does? Okay. So I'm just gonna have a constant checking in on tournament day to see who people are gonna be coming in, or
Well,
people that are gonna be ready for matches, and I'm gonna say, hey, yeah, join this thing, so then I can
Okay.
stream you.
Well, I mean, okay, so if you're gonna take care of that, that's cool. But I feel like if I feel like that's something that where's that like Cookie, Spoon, and Exo should be working on,
Okay.
right?
So
Like
do you
they
want
should
to
be.
communicate that with them?
Yeah, I think at least the way I've done this when I've casted with Brawl League has been like casters. We just worry about casting. When there's a
Yeah.
game in front of us, we go. Everything back end is like you have tournament organizers who are handling who's coming in for the streaming game and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's normally
I
how
don't
it's
know.
supposed to go.
Again, this is my first tournament with Blazinator, but you know, I've done a few tournaments, and it's like
Yeah.
the more you can remove your casters, I think, from organizing, just the better it ends up being.
Yeah. I'm already gonna start communicating. Woo, communication.
Your one job.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Hello.
Who's there?
That's Exo. What's up, dude?
Oh, that's EXO. Yeah. But yeah, EXO. Who's
What's
this?
Shy Guy?
Oh, Shy Guy. So many
I moved
people.
someone just so he can hear it.
Huh?
I moved him so he can hear the casting.
Oh.
also catch the casting on.
Wait, is it started yet? Like,
We're
is it going on?
now, yeah.
No, we're just trying to figure out some. Oh yeah, EXO.
Okay. Yeah.
We're really going to be needing you and Kuki and all the other
Why? What's up?
managers to actually make sure that people come into this specific room that we have in.
Oh, okay. There's just one room.
No, not until like the top 16, if I do recall. Not until the
Oh,
top
okay.
16 will we just be
Or
continuously.
just DM the people from the top 16.
But like choose people in matches that you think would be actually really cool to watch.
Oh,
EXO.
okay.
EXO. So
Yeah.
when you have a match set up, or when you have a match you want us to cast, give
Mhm.
them
Oh.
our room number and have them come into this room. And
Yeah,
if we just keep doing that, keep it smooth all the way through, like that would be on point for us.
Good.
That would be like super super dope.
Yeah.
Toast. Shy guy saying your voice is sexy as fuck.
Oh, I thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, well, let me go and brackets.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Shock is just in a tourney
Yeah, I'll
Q&A.
find something like 3 games. Well,
Oh, I gotta be silent for a second.
Shockwave is in tourney Q&A. He's always there. I guess you can follow Bob Henderson if you want to see a bunch of 2-0s or Casolix, things like that.
I mean, I'm looking at this like Cappy, Costalis, Compute.
Yeah,
Dr.
but they don't
Faison,
go
Bob
like
Henderson, Atrophius. Like
yeah,
there are some pretty strong peeps in here.
yeah, they're good. It's just that they aren't fighting each other yet. So that's a problem. You won't get like that much interesting matches at the start.
That makes sense. So it is 7:27. So I guess we're gonna start soon. Also,
Yeah, it's
live already. Tan, do we have like a? I'm sorry, I'm coming in here and I'm like, I don't want to be overbearing, but do we have like a splash screen, like a tournament starting soon, or are we just gonna hang out on this spectating screen that's like we're live?
We're live right now. I don't have any sort of splash screen,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I do have the overlay, so I'll be updating whenever people are in and playing and stuff.
Cool.
Mm. Mm.
But yeah, it looks like
Every good player is in the first round, so I don't know.
yeah, stream's okay, levels are okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself, and it's all up to you guys. Have a good one.
Wait, people have there's already matches that have been tagged for streaming. I don't know who did, but the match A and O are tagged for streaming.
Actually, I'm gonna unmute myself real quick. Finch, I'm not sure what's going on, but you look like you've been deafened and muted, so I'm guessing you.
Yeah, he doesn't. I guess he's gone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Blazinator League Brawlhalla Singles Tournament. This is our April 22nd tournament right now. My name is Toast. I'm joined here by very Gimme Finch, who's going to be co-casting with me once he jump on in. We got a lot of good games lined up for you folks tonight. A lot of good games. I'm looking at this bracket, and there's some names in there that I don't recognize, and that's a cool thing about doing some of these tournaments right here. You get to see people you don't always get to see. You get to see these people who you don't really know. But then you see names that you know. I see Bob Henderson in here. I see Costelix, Cappy, Compute, Sasuke. I see Dr. Phazon, Atrophius. These are all people names that I do know to be pretty on point, and a lot of these other Shockwave is in here. Shout out to Shockwave. I know you, my dude. And it's pretty exciting. I think we're gonna get some good games today. Hopefully, some good matches. And yeah, who knows exactly how it's gonna go, where we're gonna go. We're just waiting for our first match to get set up here, and it's gonna be, well, I think it's gonna be good. So as our players get into our first game here, I do want to just say that I'm really looking forward to what we have going on and what we've got coming through tonight's tournament. Now, I do believe I'm going to go ahead and check this out just so I have it 100% 100% here. But there are prizes tonight, and the prizes I do believe, let's go ahead and just pull those up just at the moment here. Prizes tonight, first place gets a community color and 30 points for the Blazinator League. Second place is going to get a community color and 50 points. And third place also will get a community color and 10 points. The top 8 will all get 5 points in the Blazinator League. You keep getting those points. It's going to lead to something good in the end, folks. I just know it. It's going to be super, super, how do the kids say it these days? Hashtag on point. Now, yes, we're just going to get this game started. Are you guys... I'm going to post the bracket down so you guys can see this. Post this bracket in chat. I want to know if you guys have any games that you're excited on. Oh, I've been timed out for 5 seconds because I posted the link. That's okay. If we could maybe post a link in chat, that would be pretty on point too as well. Yeah, let's see. I'm not sure where Finch is. Finch was just here. Maybe Finch went to go get some water. Guys, when you go to cast, when you got to go to these casting things, you know, you don't realize how long and how much water it takes to just hydrate your throat muscles when you're there casting a game, talking about a game, speaking fast, going for it. It does take a lot in the ways of of hydration, and that's so important. Oh man. So we are just waiting here. Tournaments are started, some games are going. And I'm just wondering, where are my players? I just got word they're coming in. We're coming in. Shockwave, you've been timed out. No posting links. That's okay. I think it's got to be a mod of the channel. So hopefully Cookie or someone can post in the bracket. Or maybe it's done in a different way. I don't know. But I am excited. I am very excited. Now, I hope some of you guys who are coming in caught some of the Stream.me Brawlhalla Legends tournament, because that was pretty exciting. There were some really cool games in there. I didn't get to catch much. I was pretty busy today, but I did catch some games, and I was like, some of these plays, you know, it's always fun to see some wild plays, some mad plays, some things that are kind of insane. And honestly, like Stream.me, I had never heard of them before the Brawlhalla Legends tournament, and it's kind of cool to see them reaching out and reaching out to kind of a young esport like Brawlhalla and trying to establish themselves there as kind of competition. I think the more competition you have in the streaming world, the better it is for us on Twitch. Now here I am just running my mouth, but you know, that's what they pay me the big bucks for. You heard it here first. I get paid the big bucks, as in $0.00, but that's not why I do this. I do this because I love Brawlhalla. This game is amazing, and the more community we have, the more tournaments we get going, just all around the better. And that's the dream. That's the life. That's what we want to happen. Oh yes, oh yes. And we got some brackets in chat. Thank you very much, folks, for the brackets. It's good. It's good. We got this Brawl 8 League coming up, going on, and once these games get going, once these players get in, we're going to be on fire. Hashtag on fire, hashtag Blazinator, blazes and fire all together. That's the sort of thing that we love to see. I'm already down to nearly my first cup of water here, and believe me, it is water. Yes. I'm gonna step up for a minute, folks. Keep tight, hang tight. This is gonna be the jammiest jam of them all.
Suppose I'll fill in the dead space while Toast is away and Finch is away.
Appreciate that. I appreciate it. I'm back. My door was open and I wanted to go close it. Thank you.
Thanks, Toast. Looking at the brackets here on the Smash.gg, it looks like roughly less than half the people who've signed up have actually checked in for their first round here. We're hoping to see a bit more action than that. Otherwise, the 8 or so people who are looking to play will be very, very lonely. If
I mean, that happens.
If you have signed up for the tournament, please be sure to check in at the Smash.gg.
It does happen all of the time. I haven't put on as many tournaments as you guys, but I have thrown some tournaments of my own. And the check-in is oftentimes the most difficult part. It does look like we're starting to get a couple of players in here. I got Crescendo in from Delphinus. And we'll see who his opponent is going to be in just a couple of moments here. Hopefully, things will get going. But I used to teach dance, and I taught dance to adults. And I always used to say that the most difficult part of the entire lesson was after you teach your separate parts to a lead and follow, and you ask them to form a circle with a partner. And it's not finding a partner that's difficult, it's forming a circle that's difficult. And I feel like that's much the same here with check-in. It's just a small, simple thing, but if you don't check in, you get disqualified once the tournament starts, and that's just a really unfortunate thing because it means you don't get to play, it means we don't get to watch you, it just means all around less joy for the entirety of everything. Oh, man.
Indeed, we've got Crescendo in the stream room right here. It looks like his opponent Chidia has just been DQ'd, so he'll be going up against Bob Henderson 91.
Oh, already? Is this the game we're gonna catch? We're gonna catch Bob Henderson and Crescendo. That should be a fun game to see. So I got to cast Bob Henderson back a while ago in the NA block, and I really, really enjoyed watching him play. He had this scythe play and scythe control at that time that was really cool. Just the approaches were all on point. It wasn't all nair and dare based either. It was just there, and it was solid, and he was reliable, and it got him pretty far in that tournament as I recall.
He wasn't nair based or dare based. He was just there. I like it.
You know it. Yeah. I mean, it was really cool to see, and I'm excited to just see what goes on with it,
Yeah, Bob Henderson's pretty consistent player, that's for sure. He's played in a lot of these Blazinator tournaments and a lot of bigger tournaments. It'd be good to see him yet again here today.
It would. It really would. It does seem like we're having a couple of rounds of just people not checking in, so we're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it all.
Yeah, that's one of the neat things about Smash.gg is that it automatically basically wipes anybody who doesn't show up.
Well, I believe that and I like Smash.gg better now than Challenge, but Challenge did the same thing. If you didn't check in, once you hit start tournament, it DQ'd everyone who hadn't checked in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you've been doing this a while, right? Right, Tenorus?
A little bit. Not like I've took a break for the past month or two, but getting back into her here.
Getting right back into it. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my water here. So today I went and I got ice cream, and it was raining outside. Not a very good ice cream kind of day, and they had, I mean, all sorts of ice creams. They had gelato and they had sorbets. And I have to say that personally, I very much love. I'm a big fan of kind of the salted caramel flavor. Just salt with sweet things. You know, that sweet and salty is kind of a delicious combination. And I'm wondering for those of you in chat and you as well, Tanner, so you can give me your thoughts on this as well. Like, what are your thoughts about ice cream? Like, are you just a plain vanilla type of person, or are you more of a salted caramel, you know, rocky road, cake batter? I mean, I don't really know. Like, let me know what do you think? What do you think, my dude?
Ice cream is there's a couple different ways you can go with it. One is you go with the chocolate chip cookie dough. It's delicious. I've actually got a batch of chocolate Oreo ice cream in the freezer.
Oh, chocolate Oreo is on point.
But there's always the other route of you take vanilla ice cream, you take something real basic, you pour chocolate sauce on it, you get some Smarties on it, maybe some mini marshmallows, chocolate chips. Just overload that sucker with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you know, that's a really good idea, and it's what they
Hey,
do.
I'm here.
Oh, Finch, hello, Finch. How are you doing?
Good. You?
I'm doing well. We're just waiting for our first game to start here. We've been talking a little bit about ice cream, and we're just talking about vanilla here. And I was about to say
Ice
Cold
cream?
Stone. Yeah, Cold Stone, like Cold Stone Creamery. That's like their whole shtick is to take like vanilla ice cream and then you put in the things they like melted over with all of the whatchamahave, and I think that's a pretty on point thing.
As far as I'm concerned, ice cream is just ice cream. It's a pleasure to indulge upon when you're doing something fantastic or you want to reward yourself. So in that sense, eating too much of it is just greed.
Wait. Okay.
So if you go on ahead and say you eat a whole carton of ice cream, that's kind of just mistaking the entire factor of what it is. It's not really meant to be eaten in a single serving. No.
Right, and I agree with you. So let's take that idea, and you're saying that the flavor is paramount, right? It's not about quantity, it's about quality of the ice cream. So let's like take that a step further. So if you're thinking, you know, it's about the flavor, what is your favorite flavor profile? What do you love with ice cream when you come to ice cream?
For me, ice cream. My favorite would probably be like the chocolate mousse tracks, mainly because of the fact that it has that crunch, it has that flavor, it has that interesting depth between two different and yet parallel subjects. So you got the chocolate bits, and then you also have the chocolate ice cream itself.
Okay, yeah, I like that, but you're saying that's kind of like a double. That is a
Oh, there we go.
double thing. I believe this is just a they're sparring, I think.
There probably are sparring.
Yeah, so this game is not tournament. This is spar as we wait for people to get in. So you guys can hang on that in the background. I still kind of want to talk about ice cream a little bit though. I do love it.
3, 2, 1.
It is kind of the dream that makes the dream work. Yeah. So Finch, tell me more about your experience with Brawlhalla, right?
I've actually been playing ever since Azoth has ever come out, surprisingly enough. Which
that takes you back to about 2016, and Azoth came out about February 2016?
Yeah, it was
Roughly?
probably during that time that I started to play around and mess around with everything. I was kind of a bad player in the beginning, mainly because
Who isn't though?
but I didn't really get any of the terms or anything of the sort. And as I began to mess around with it, I developed a kind of new play style. I now just normally throw out SIGs on a regular basis, or just leaving myself out in the open, ready to somewhat punish and then punish them for making mistakes. Right. So you see EXO here. Just throwing out a barrage of SIGs. And they are a pivotal point of the game, that I do agree with. And probably without them, this would be a completely different genre of games.
Well, I mean, you can't have a fighting game without any kind of heavy attack.
attacks.
I mean, it's kind of pivotal to the whole genre. I think I'm gonna see a double KO. Oh no, Crescendo will recover.
Oh.
Right there, Crescendo trying to even up this match a little bit. It's a bit of a struggle here. That side is gonna come out from EXO, and
Yeah.
EXO will just take that KO very cleanly. I mean, EXO gonna grab that hammer out here. Crescendo here without a weapon throws for the falling Sarah. It does connect, but unable to follow it up at all. Really, the Nair's coming out. I mean, Crescendo really going for those unarms right now. Unarmed, not really.
And he finally picks up a weapon just to get a little bit of a hammer combo. And again, Crescendo is unable to really fend off those attacks. Well then. What is that?
Oh, I'm not sure. Sometimes I have a bad habit. I'm very much of an type of personality.
You just have blanks. Oh no.
Yeah, it's kind of it's my thing yet. Whoa, what was that? So we're just waiting for some players right now. Oh yeah, folks. I hope you guys are doing well.
Sorry about that.
That's cool. I understand.
I bet we all do. So, yeah, we're just waiting for people. It's all in wait and patience and people just getting on. And it's already past the time where they should have already all been signed up.
We do have games going. Like I'm looking at the bracket right now, and I'm looking at this bracket. I mean, we do have many games going on right now. I mean,
oh yeah, you're right.
Everything's gone along. The games I guess that we're supposed to be streaming right now just don't, they're not here. They're not present at the moment, which it happens from time to time.
It doesn't really seem that Bob Henderson actually seems to be on right now. I'm looking through the Discord, and he has been in some of our. I think he even won one of our tourneys, but I don't see him to be on.
All right, looks like we have a room number to move on to here. So we'll be switching out to this room number in just a second.
Custom.
Seems like actually Bob Henderson doesn't seem to be on.
Interesting. And so if we do go to this room number, we are actually in a game here. And I want to see who these players are. It does look like we're gonna be catching game here between Sasuke and Shy Guy. Which if we look at the bracket here, and we are live now. We are starting here. Sasuke and Shy Guy this isn't round 2, winners round 2. So we'll see what happens. It looks like we just called the beginning of this game, which is excellent. It's
Ooh,
exactly where we
that
want to
is.
be. And right now,
nice
it's very
black Scarlet against Hattori.
Yeah, it's a very even game at this point too, with Sasuke having a slight lead here. Dare catches for Shy Guy. Shy Guy throws out that ground pound. Does not get punished, but also doesn't really land it either. Nair's coming out. All by a recovery for Sasuke. Sasuke here looking to keep building up the damage here, but again, both players not really putting themselves in a position where they can get hit.
Other with just light attacks. Shy Guy again is finally punished for a ground pound, and then Sasuke trying to land a ground pound misses. He does manage to land a Sair though, and
there's the classic downlight side air combo from Sasuke, which is enough to go ahead and not get the KO, but sets up Shy Guy to be knocked out by that ground pound from the spear. And so we're looking at Sasuke right now in the lead of this game with a fairly solid damage lead as well. I mean, you look at this, Sasuke is nowhere close to being in that KO potential, nowhere close to being in the area where you could get KO'd, short of a gimp, but the down sig does connect for Shy Guy. And I said down sig, it was actually, I believe, a side sig. I always get Scarlet Cassidy's sigs mixed up.
Scarlet.
Scarlet?
Yeah, that's Scarlet.
Yeah, it's Scarlet. And Scarlet and Cassidy both have like spinning sigs, and it gets me. It's been a day.
I bet. Shy Guy manages to let go of the ground pound. And here we see Sasuke near death, taunting with him, but managed to land a side sig.
I mean, right now, damage-wise, high for both legends. Shy Guy will survive this fairly comfortably. Watch out for that recovery. It does come out, but does not connect onto Sasuke. Sasuke catches the recovery, unarmed recovery right there. It's not enough to get the KO. Gets caught by the side air. Weapon throw for the KO. Beautifully done right there. Shy Guy throws out the oh yeah taunt. Not really the oh yeah taunt, just kind of the classic, stock taunt that you got at the beginning of the game. There's the Sair coming out for Sasuke. Will follow it up with the weapon throw. Weapon throw followed by a lot of neutral and unarmed recoveries that doesn't connect, and puts Shy Guy in a position to even up the stock if he can even out. But the down light into the Sair will get the KO right there. Gonna put Sasuke again in a very commanding lead of this game.
You are right, and he is really trying to, not really, I would say bait, but try to keep this lead. He's constantly throwing out safe attacks, but then again, he's also putting in a little bit of the risque. He does, as you can see here, he's only getting hit by neutral attacks, which seems to only catch him a bit off guard.
I mean, like you're saying, it's all about how they're positioning themselves right now. Shy Guy has that lance. Nosey's got to stay above. They've got to stay above Sasuke to be effective. And you saw that there with the double dare. And it's not enough to really build up the damage if you can't follow through on it, and that's what we're seeing right now from Shy Guy. That recovery, really, with the lance recovery, you got to be so careful because as a recovery move, a pure recovery, it can move you almost the most in the game as any recovery move. But you charge it, and it sets you up to be punished so easily if you have an opponent who can take charge of that, and we do see that.
And the recovery for hammer hits, Shy Guy tries to get the kill, fails. Sasuke still trying to get that simple Sair or death, so then not death.
No, that'll do it. And Sasuke will take the first set of three, or the first game in what is going to be a set of three here. I'm curious to see if we're going to see a swap, a legend swap from Sasuke or from Shy Guy. I mean, it was a fairly
even match. Yes, you are correct.
Fairly even match. I would like to see maybe Shy Guy switch, but I don't know Shy Guy as a player. Honestly, nor do I know Sasuke as a player. They're both relatively new to me, and they seem both comfortable with their legends. Although I will say that Shy Guy's lance was not as pinpoint accuracy as it could have been to allow them to go ahead and get a little bit more damage. And you can get some gnarly strings off with lance. People don't think it's that great of a weapon, but you can really do a lot with it if you're careful.
We've all seen those videos that actually show that S-Light to Sair to Dare to Sair to Dare to death. I mean, it's that kind of sort of string that really puts lance basically unchallenged with Sair in terms of Sairs and Dares.
And I'm just reading this right now. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it actually looks like we joined on the set game. And so it actually is that Sasuke took 2-0'd Shy Guy right there, and that's going to actually be the entirety of this set right now. So it looks like Sasuke will move on in the bracket.
So who do we want to go to?
Well, you tell me. You let me know. Where you lead, I will follow.
That is good. But it seems like it doesn't seem like there's really any going on or about to start right now.
So it looks like we're going to try and move on to a Trophius versus Little Cat. We're just going to go ahead and get them in here in a moment. So once we get this room number, we'll be ready to go, folks.
He is ready.
There we go. And let's get on into this game.
Custom.
And I have a feeling this game has already started, so we're jumping into it a little bit late. We are seeing a Trophius down a stock here against Little Cap. Little Cap rocking that classic big rig Bodvar. Meanwhile, we got a beautiful Wolfman out here from Atrophius, who I do know Atrophius as a player, and I know Atrophius to be a very strong player in that, and he's been playing a lot with the Scythe, and I think it's going to be a good choice for him if he can just navigate it around in a way that will allow him to
Get
turn
that
it around.
stock.
Just like that with the neutral sig right there, beautifully done.
Mm-hmm. And so Gauntlets as a weapon is probably one of the better to play with any sort of legend. I mean, it is a close weapon, but manage to pull off the strings correctly, you're dealing 100 damage.
This is it's true. It's very true. Lots of edge play right here. Trophy is surviving here with those gauntlets, and you can be so even at the damage right now that little capped has is that with gauntlets you can be so aggressive on the edge, and you can really get that game early on. Unfortunately, those gauntlets do get knocked out by a setter from little cap, and little cap with the sword. Sword right now in a pretty good place right now in the meta. We saw that a lot. Yesterday, I think with BCS, with one of the big tournaments that just happened yesterday, BCS. I think it might have been BCS.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was just saying.
He said EU. BCX.
Yeah, it was EU.
Probably.
It was an EU tournament, I believe. You're right. But we are seeing
Atrophius isn't really taking advantage to all of Cap's. He's not really dodging as much as you can tell. Not chain dodging, not trying to dodge anything out of anything. That's the surprising part.
Trophy got so lucky right there not to get caught in that neutral sig. The neutral sig with Bodvar, both with the hammer and the sword, have long active boxes.
They
and
do.
I think Atrophius moved in at just the last moment and allowed him to just kind of move right through, which is huge because that would have probably landed the KO there had it connected. And you got to be careful, even though damages are rather high. Little Cap is up a stock at the moment. And both are in kill percentage. Both of them have enough damage on them to get killed fairly easily. A Sair, a side light, even a side heavy, unarmed side heavy would connect. Look how far that neutral light did push Atrophius. Atrophius catches the down light. Goes for the recovery, not there. Ooh, side light does not connect. That would have been really good had it connected. There's the dare. Is it for the KO?
Almost. And the recovery comes in for the kill. You know, with Scythe players, recovery isn't more of like just a recovery option. It's just kill option. I think that's one of the main advantages the Scythe has, because not that many weapons actually do have that kill advantage. I mean, you're up close, you're in the air, he's coming towards you, recovery, you're dead.
And there we go. There's the KO onto Atrophius. Now I'm not sure where we are in this set. I think that's our first game there.
It should be our first game. From the looks of it, it is.
Excellent. So we will continue on in this in the set with these two players, Little Capped and Atrophius, sticking to their legends of choice at the moment. We'll see what happens. We're looking at potentially Small Mammoth, Shipwreck, or Twilight. Small Mammoth is the pick, and we know Small Mammoth to be kind of a fan favorite, a crowd favorite. Small Mammoth is one of the most popular 1v1 game maps in the game. It's very balanced. You got nice ledges. You can get all the way underneath fairly easily, and it's got that nice rotating platform that isn't completely broken, and it kind of just lends itself well to a little bit of variety in play. We're seeing Little Cap getting here very early on with that sword, doing a little bit of early damage. Downlight Sair combo coming out. It's you know,
Atrophius trying to get in those. Oh, what? Sorry.
No, it's good. Sorry.
But Atrophius trying to pull off those gauntlet combos, but failing, and manages to die because of so.
Now, that's a little unfortunate there, because I feel like Atrophius had some lag there, because Atrophius had an extra jump, and it didn't come out at a time where you'd expect it to come out. I don't know, maybe it was a dropped input, but that didn't seem like a natural way to fall out there. Now, we are seeing Atrophius come in here and try and regain this kind of lost ground with the Scythe, but it's not working out so well. You look at the damage, they're neck and neck. Little Cap has been so on point playing that unarmed game. Even without a weapon, Little Cap has been able to get out a lot of damage onto Atrophius.
I mean, Little Cap actually just rewriting the sword combo right there. What was it? It was just at D-Light, then jump, then Sair. Managing to read Atrophius. And Atrophius just barely missing that end sig, but gets hit with that weapon throw. I mean, it
That
gets
follow
so
up
many.
is sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
It's alright, but that weapon throw is probably one of the worst things that you can get yourself on, because you don't really expect it to go like that because of gravitational effects, but no, it just manages to hit you right in the face. And for you, you're dead.
It's always, when it comes out at the edge of the map like that, it's always kind of a hype moment when they manage to be accurate enough with a weapon throw to knock someone out like that. Trophy is at the brink of getting 3-stocked here by Little Cap. Little Cap without that weapon, but again, proving not to be, doesn't need a weapon to succeed. Does beautiful diagonal dodge into the weapon, gives a little space with the nair, and then catches with the hammer. Trophius knocks him out of the air, but again, Atrophius not able. Ooh, Trophius gets 3-stocked. Beautiful play there, right there. That recovery getting denied. Just all around, and that ground pound coming out. It's just the right moment to get the KO.
You're right.
And that's going to be the
leaving
set.
the lobby. And now we have to look for another one.
As we get our next game here, our next match set up here, I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying Blazinator Top 8 tournament right now. Keep in mind that all 3 finishers, first place, second place, third place, all get community color codes. Plus, they get a certain amount of league points for the Blazinator League. Top 8 will also get some. Top 8 will also get some. League points as well for finishing top 8, which is always an exciting thing. I do believe this is going to lead up to some kind of season finale at some point, which will be pretty cool.
It would.
Pretty cool. So it looks like we're getting our players into this match, and with a little bit of luck, we will get everyone. We'll get this here.
Yeah, you're right.
So Finch.
Yes.
What are like in this game? Who do you main? Who's your go-to guy? Who's your go-to my dude?
Okay then. That's just a weird way to put it, but
Yeah, that was it.
That was
Sometimes I don't
just-
speak well.
I think I noticed it now. But for me, I'm an all-around player. I mean, once you actually play this game enough, you get to learn all of the weapons fairly, and you get to learn all the legends fairly. And within that, you're able to play all around. But for me, I just have a list.
Oh.
I play Bodvar, Cassidy, Orion, sometimes Sentinel, Lucian, Val,
Cool.
Wushang, Core. I was about who else? I also main all the Scythe legends. I main the rest of the Gauntlet legends. I main Teros, Asuri.
So like basically everyone, basically. What you're telling me.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
Hey, there we go.
We got the double Scarlet pick out here. Constellix from Exiled Ones and Cappy from Confucianism here. Gonna be out onto Twilight Grove.
2, 1.
Interesting to see how this match is going to play out.
Yeah, Costelix with the what? I forget the name of it.
Lance?
The what?
The Lance?
No, not with the lance. The skin. This type of skin.
Oh, the skin. I was like,
I think it's like Sky Pilot or something like that. Sky Pilot,
yeah.
something like that. And then we have Cappy here with the Witch Scarlet.
Now we're seeing a very early game here. Look at the spacing and positioning between the two players at the moment. There's not a lot of damage coming out. Costelix getting a couple of recovers in, yeah, which is quite nice. Tries to follow with the Sair right there on the edge. It doesn't really work out for him. There's the Sair coming out, followed by the down heavy. Not going to connect. And again, the Dare coming out. Costelix right now running a really strong game positioning-wise with solid control over the map. Allows Cappy to get Cappy's a lance for them own, but Cappy throws it immediately, preferring that hammer. And honestly, if I were the same place, I would prefer the hammer as well, because you have a little bit more directly vertical options with the hammer. You can recover, or you have those dares, and both of those are good ways you can approach a very aerial-placed lance player. But
this is where the new ledge rules come in. Costelix or Cappy was just spamming, or was just ledge guarding, and we barely even got to saw an arrow mark to actually for him to return back to stage. And I would actually like to talk about those rules, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, go right ahead. They're still an experimental though, so
Yeah, but those rules, they could really change the entire game style of what Brawl is. So it would technically be a relief from certain edge spammers or edge guarders, and for me, that's actually kind of good thing, a kind of bad thing, because it relieves a portion of the duty, like saying ground pound. But if you're playing King's Pass, and you two are just having a decked out battle in the middle of the stage in that little rumbly tumbly zone, it really takes away from the entire gaming that you're having a limited time before you have to get back to the stage.
yeah, it will be a huge change, and they're figuring it out in a way to do it in a way that allows it to be organic and allow kind of the classic Brawlhalla airplay that we love, we know and love, and also to kind of deny a little bit that wall hugging play that we don't like to see. Yeah, exactly right. It was nicely done. The Sarah there for the KO, evening it out. And again, I think this kind of laid back, careful play style is not helping Kosalix too much. I think Cappy has something here that's working out. I think a more aggressive playstyle would benefit honestly both players in this match. When you wait it out and you get that kind of space coming out, it's never really good. There'd be a nice nair into a recovery right there from Kosalix, which gets Cappy quite damaged. Now Kosalix just needs to catch a side sig, neutral sig, some kind of signature move on the edge for the KO. Sarah comes out, ground pound not going to connect, no recovery out there from Kosalix. Could have potentially landed that recovery, would have gotten the KO down there for sure. Recovery there, not going to connect. That falling Sarah doesn't connect. Cappy going to go ahead and get that weapon. And there's the grab cancel neutral. Going to be punched by Kosalix's down, ground, pound.
And now we just have to completely wait it out for the rest of the Soccer C. A ground pound from Cappy gets Kosalix in return. Double D-Sig! It's actually quite an amazing thing when you actually find yourself doing the same exact move in the same exact time.
I like the joke that it's like synchronized swimming, except for a hollow.
Kosalix, I think, took your advice. He's going on with again another double D-Sig. I mean, what is going on? They are both playing basically the same exact playstyle. Sarah or S-Light, the recovery does not kill, but there it goes and kills.
Player 2 wins.
Kosalix is gonna go ahead and take that game, and I believe that was only our first game of this set, which is good for us. I mean, good games. We're still seeing this blind pick from both players, so we might not see the double Scarlet anymore. We did go into maps and then we came back from them, which maybe gives us the thought that perhaps we will see a character change, a legend pick, a new pick. But we won't know.
It would be nice to see probably Kosalix actually change, but Cappy with that simple second change, I don't know.
I like that we're seeing an X on Small Mammoth, and I like that we're seeing an X on Twilight. And Shipwreck, it means we're going to get to see maybe Small Thunderguard. Exactly. Excellent. I love Small Thunderguard, although we are seeing the double Scarlet. A little bit of a mind game, I suppose, with the pick. But I want to point out that Kosalix has that extra defense at the expense of Dex. And I believe Cappy went for the extra attack at the expense of defense.
Mm-hmm. I think that is going to really be the one thing that plays out with this entire match. Kosalix is going for a more, I would say, defensive, passive, whatever you want to call it, style. And Cappy just wants this to be done with. I think he feels confident enough that he actually wants to win. And he feels like he's going to win.
Yeah.
Weapon throw from Cappy leaves it defenseless.
Ground pound gets knocked out by that nair right there, followed by a downlight rather from Cappy. I mean, Cappy's the one to make up the ground right now. The damage is very solidly in Kosalix's favor. Nice down sig, although the ground pound follows, doesn't connect, but the recovery does, again, do a little bit to even up the damage. I'm not sure I agree with throwing your weapon there from Cappy. It's always a dangerous move to one, throw that weapon and move yourself unarmed, although the switch to the hammer could be good for Cappy, but again, Cappy throws the weapon. This is something I see from we're seeing from Cappy a lot, is the weapon throws And if he had a hammer there, he could have recovered instead of getting knocked out by that ground pound. It could have worked out. It would have been a hard timing, but it could have worked out. Nonetheless,
it could
that ground
have,
pound.
but you know, that's the game of Brawl. You do what you can.
You do what you can. I agree. You're very right. Unarmed recovery coming in. Ooh,
And Sear. Yeah. So from now it's just a hammer match instead of Kozlik's going with the rocket lance. Now it's just, as you all can see, good game.
So, I mean, the two stocks for both players, very even here. Cappy catches in with a recovery, and it throws another recovery, doesn't connect, which a little unfortunate. Downsig nearly knocks Kozlik's out there. The down side light into side air, really nice little string right there.
And he manages to catch with that unarmed side sig. That I actually didn't even expect to hit. So
this is nicely done. Again, lots of down sigs from Cappy, and I like the use of the down sig. I just don't know that I like how much I'm seeing in here. Kozlik's here, recovers into the ground pound, gets knocked out. Cappy all of a sudden taking a strong lead in this game. Damage is not too high on Cappy. Cappy could make this work if Cappy really, really continues with the spacing game that Cappy's going for. Neutral sig not going to connect, allows Cappy to be punished by that unarmed recovery. And again, the Somp not really going to work out there for Cappy either. Now Kozlik's turn to go ahead and throw out those down sigs and to use this lance and Cappy without a weapon. We're going to see Kozlik's weapon guard here, but not do actually do quite well. Sidelight into recovery, which is...
And he just misses that ground pound. Weapon throw for Kozlik's actually connects. And Kozlik's is just trying to get that kill, but trying to get it safely. Another weapon throw from Cappy.
We did see a really nice nair from Kozlik's, which at Cappy's damage, nair's not going to KO, but it is a very good spacing tool. And that's exactly what we saw with that nair a little earlier. It did knock Cappy out. Oh, that side air, if it had connected, would have most likely gotten the KO, but it did not connect. We're seeing ground pound. Oh, you have to be so careful, Cappy. If you're coming in against a hammer with a ground pound, you're in perfect position to be punished by that recovery. Although Cappy playing really nicely with these unarms, catches a dare into a ground pound there, followed immediately by a side light. Roots Kozlik so high on damage. Kozlik's with a nair, not enough to get the KO. Cappy throws another ground pound. Kozlik catches the ground pound right there, going to even the game out to 1-1 stocks. Although Kozlik's fighting an uphill battle at the moment.
Basically in death range. And now Kozlik is really trying to space him out, as you saw with the nair. Trying to rack up that damage. Cappy with a missed weapon throw. And Kozlik's actually managing to hit that D-Sig. Another failed D-Sig. N-Sig. And Kozlik's
KO. Kozlik will recover.
Just close.
And if we look at the damage, Kozlik has done a really nice job of not only surviving here, but of catching the KO, of dishing out some damage onto Cappy. But you have to keep in mind too that if Cappy loses, that's the set, and Kozlik will move on. So Kozlik really wants this game here, because if Kozlik can take it, it's going to be in the advancement. If
Just
you go to a third game,
and there it is.
Kozlik's
weapon throw.
With a beautiful ground pound into weapon throw. Oh my gosh. And then with a taunt at the end. Good game. Well played.
That was.
So
it was
that means
a really even match throughout.
It was very even. And that last game was neck and neck. I mean, it really came down. That ground pound was perfectly timed, and the weapon throw to seal the deal. Beautiful. So that means Kozlik is going to move on into the next bracket.
And we're almost actually to the... We should be even going to the top 16 by now. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see where we're going to move for... Yeah, let's see how we're going to move. Let's get a room going.
We gotta wait.
Yeah, this is how it goes sometimes. A little bit of waiting, a little bit of downtime.
Yep.
It was a really nice play at the end, though.
It was.
Say. It's always a fun thing to see. It's just how you see these players use their weapon throws and use their weapons Because when a weapon throw goes right, it's just it feels so clutch.
It does. And even like in general, if you remember back to that Mammoth Fortress, if I do recall, how that weapon throw managed to go over the edge and kill. I forget who it was.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. Oh, I don't actually remember who got the KO at that. But it was these players. It's that feeling of finding, finding an extra $10 in your pocket that you didn't know about, right? It's that same idea where you're like you'd be okay without it, but when it happens, you're like, this is just good fortune. And,
Maybe.
and it feels good. I mean, maybe sometimes it's calculated and planned, but I feel like sometimes we do those throws and it's kind of a Hail Mary, like please, please, Brawlhalla gods have mercy.
For me, like sometimes I just randomly do a weapon throw, but then I pick up probably one of the gadgets, most likely a bouncing bomb, and do a momentum dodge throw. It really, like that first weapon throw, they expect to like be the winners in that case. They dodge out of the way, they jump out of the way. You do that momentum dodge bomb right in their face, they're dead.
And
sometimes like you do get the kamikaze feeling when you're hit as well, but it's still worth it. That damage, if I do recall, is like it was down to like 50 or 60. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. They said it's bad.
So
paneling on one wall.
I find that bombs and other gadgets nowadays just aren't really. I mean, they got nerfed. They got nerfed pretty hard, and they're still fun to use. It's just they're not the end all be all that they used to be.
No.
Which is it's a bummer.
Well, if it's bad enough.
Seems like we actually might be seeing the match between Cappy and Actual Trash. Cappy from Confucianism and Actual Trash from Luxaturna.
Knock it down. Put bolt launch in there.
But I think that weapon throw that we were talking about earlier was actually Shy Guy. It was with Shy Guy back in the day. It looks like we might be starting a game here. You're right, between Actual Trash and Cappy. So I mean, if that's the case, we're gonna roll with it.
Let me actually check the. It doesn't actually really. I don't.
So we actually
no.
have a room number.
Seems like it's just a random match.
So I'm actually going to back out of that. It looks like we might have a match in just a moment here.
Oh, losers bracket match. That's what it was. Yeah, we still have to do losers. I forgot about that. Oh, I just suddenly noticed the 6 people in here in this little. Oh no.
So we do have a new room number here, and I think this is going to be continuing along with the winners bracket. We should get started here in a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So I'm saying I don't know if anybody's lived there since we have.
Oh, okay. Let's get this going, folks. Do a little stretches, do a little yoga. Have you seen any of a goat yoga yet? I know
goat
it doesn't
yoga?
relate directly to Brawlhalla, but our players are joining. We got Costlix and Crescendo in here. I think goat yoga is like the next big thing.
Explain.
It's people do yoga, but you know how goats like to jump on things and stand on things? So you have a goat on your back as you do yoga. It just stands on your back doing goat things.
That's actually quite scary to have a goat in your back because it'll chew on your hair and maybe chew on your clothing that you actually just spent $20 on. But it's.
I think goats just want love. I think
I'm not going to argue with that. They have been looked down upon for like a lot.
So. Looks like we are going to start our game here in a moment. I don't know. I think goats are pretty on fire. Goat Yoga Fire. I love it. Costelix and Crescendo. Now this is this is our next winners bracket match here. We're also seeing I love the blind pick here, and let's see what maps. You got a guess on what map these players will choose?
I'm actually gonna pat. They already took out Man of the Forest in the Great Hall, so I'm gonna guess Blackguard.
I'm
You?
gonna go Twilight.
And you're right. Cosmix from the Exiled Ones back with the Scarlet, and Crescendo back or going with the Ada.
I like seeing Ada. I think Ada's a really strong legend, and we did see Crescendo choose that defense stance. It's one that I think lends itself well to Ada's play. But any of these 3 defense legends are so capable in the right hands. If you can just be on point enough with your positions. We do see a Dare land out for the first damage in the game. Costelix standing there. Potentially, Costelix is having some lag issues at the moment. Crescendo given it a moment, being a little bit polite here, waiting out. Costelix throws out the neutralite saying, hey, okay, we're good to go. No, excuse me, Costelix is out. Costelix is lagging. Costelix just reports in chat, so Costelix is lagging. So Costelix is going to drop out for the time being. I'm assuming Costelix will probably restart their client or router, and we'll come back to this game, which is a little bit unfortunate.
One wins.
It is. I mean, lagging or just lag in general, it is just a killer. But poor Costelix has to drop out because the poor lag. I mean, have you actually noticed how much of a change lag has been? Like since the Mordred update?
I mean, I feel like I don't really know. Usually when I play this game, I'm streaming and I'm wireless and I'm probably at least like 20 or 30 feet from the router. So like on good days, I'm like, I don't really know if the game is lagging or if it's just that I'm too far away.
For me, like I play as a normal player. I play in a house and like about 50 feet away from my modem. And for some reason, like lag keeps on spiking up and down and up and down. Maybe it's because, I don't know, I'm putting too much strain on the internet, or it's maybe because of the fact that the servers aren't really doing well. I mean,
I like to think that when there's lag, it's because the game is so doing so well and is so popular that it lends itself to that.
That's a positive way to look at it. That is a really positive way to look at it.
I prefer to think positive, especially with the BMG, because they are very on point devs. You know, we're pretty lucky as a community to have them, I think. So.
Yeah, you are totally right about that. They're nice. They do streams regularly to tell us what's going on, what they're thinking about. And
is on point. I love this though. This choice from Crescendo for Queen 9. I'm an old school Queen 9 man. I love it. Not doing so well for Crescendo at the moment, but again, those guitars can be very aggressive there. That down stick is very quick and quite punishing, but Crescendo's unable to do some damage. Beautiful punish with that falling Nair onto Costelix. Costelix here with that lance gets a Sair. Crescendo not able to approach. The Nair is good. We'll love to see more Nairs. Again, that neutral sig also with a spear comes out super fast. It's another one of Queen 9 sig. You think of her as a slow, kind of lumbering tank, but she does have some quick sigs that do come out and can be quite punishing. Oh, the Nair from Costelix though. Crescendo unable to really get a good recovery. He does get the wall touch. The down sig comes out. We're going to watch out for a ground pound. That's going to kill.
Sarah kills though. But yeah, Queen 9 or just guitars in general, I find it really hard to play against any sort of Lance character. I mean, on several occasions have I actually gone up against several Lance characters and won with guitars, but that's not really... It's really just hard to do.
Crescendo did get the wall touch there, and it's so close. Crescendo had an opportunity there to ground pound and easily get the KO there. Unfortunately, went for another recovery instead of going for the ground pound, but that's okay. Crescendo with the spear here. Damage is not too high. The ground pound. Used the dodge a little bit too early, and Crescendo runs out of jumps, unable to get back to
It actually looks like he's starting to lag as well. From the looks of it, I mean, he didn't dodge in the time. But then again, he looks like he's just playing really well. Costelix is really catching Crescendo with the Sairs, but recovery managing to hit barely Cossack's.
There's a really nice grab cancel neutralite right there out from Crescendo.
But he does manage, or he doesn't really manage to get the recovery in as Cossack's dodges out.
You saw a neutral
Cossack's
almost
is-
come out there.
But Sarah manages to kill.
Punish. That was an insane punish. I love those interactions where you're like, but the move had started and it was just like in the last frame before it became active. Super cool. So I want to bring out kind of a focus here to see how Crescendo is playing and how Koslix is playing here. You notice that Crescendo is very much being the aggressor here.
You can
Koslix
tell.
is by no means being passive or parry or nothing like that.
He's just
but rather,
reacting.
He's just very reactive here, and he knows if he waits, Crescendo is going to come. There's the stomp into the instinct for the KO, and I think that's such a smart choice from Koslix because the aggressive Queen Nai is one that is easily punished because of the slow speed. And I didn't see if we had a stance on that Queen Nai, but if you're not using that speed stance, it can be really, really difficult to be maneuverable and to get in there.
Especially
and get in position with
playing
Queen
an
Nai.
aggressive Nai.
Yes.
So we're just going to wait here and see which map they're going to pick. I'm probably going to guess that they're either going to stay at Twilight Grove or not. As Crescendo takes that out of the equation. So they have Shipwreck Falls. And they both change. Koslix with the
Dex.
the Dex.
Dex Roland. Interesting.
Very. Crescendo with the usual Zarape Cassidy.
We gotta see.
With the defense stat.
Interesting.
It
it's
is.
good. Roland is kind of a high defense legend. You know, Roland is quite capable, and that sword is been on point lately. There's the down sig coming out. It does connect. Down sig
And
again.
it
Down
does
sig.
connect again.
And that easy punish on that side sig with that side light. And there's a Sarah coming out. Koslix goes to the nair instead of a dare or even a ground pound. Allows Crescendo to recover. The stomp into side air is true, I think.
Actually, well, with Cassidy, yes, it is true. Because of her high dex.
Yeah. Not 100%, but I mean, even if it's not true, it's got a small dodge window there, just a couple
A
frames.
one-frame dodge window. Koslix managed to kill with a Sair. And Crescendo mainly running out of jumps.
Super unfortunate. Crescendo going for the unarmed play right now. Goes instead for the hammer. We see a beautiful Ensig doesn't catch the KO. I mean, Koslix really not too high on the damage front. I mean, just now hitting that red zone. Probably has a couple more nairs or Sairs in him before he gets KO'd. Oh, the ground pound gets punished by that by the recovery right there. Well done. Beautiful.
Does manage to hit the unarmed D-Sig. It seems like Crescendo really wants to play unarmed. But switches to the guns. Crescendo is really looking for that kill. And manages to get that with the D-Sig.
Cassidy's N-Sig and D-Sig with guns are some of my favorite. I think the hitboxes are large, they last a while, and they have a good force on them too. They're strong signature moves if you can use them in the right position. Nice dare into ground pound right there. We see another one here. No, goes instead for the chase dodge nair. There's an attempt at
Another
an
dare to ground. Yeah. But Roland, or Koslix, really has not that much of a substantial lead, but he does have the defense going for him. Crescendo is really trying to make that up for that difference.
There's the down sig, not gonna get the KO. Ooh,
Oh,
and Crescendo
barely
doesn't have
misses
enough
the
to
ledge.
recover. The ground pound likely to have gotten the KO nonetheless, but it was a close game. It was a close one.
Or don't you mean the close stock?
You got me. You got me.
Crescendo really trying to get Koslix in any way, shape, or form, but Koslix is just punishing all of those really turnaround SIGs. Missing with the ground pound. And again, he's really just outspacing Crescendo right now. But he switches to the sword, and it looks like he might get the kill. Crescendo only having recovery, and
Oh, and Crescendo's out.
Player 2 wins.
huh? So we went from Koslix having what laggy issues to him taking the whole entire set.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes all you got to do is take that 10 seconds to restart your client, 10 seconds to get things going. And that does, I'm looking at our bracket because Koslix does move on. This does place us into our top 16. So we are getting ready for our top 16 for the tournament here. And I'm going to say before we go into the top 16, I'm going to call for about a 2-minute break as we get ready for this top 16.
Okay. See you all there.
Ada.
Hey, we're back.
We're back, continuing our top 16 here. As we get in, it looks like we're going to be seeing who is this, Lil Cap and Dr.
And Dr.
Faison here.
Faison. Dr. Faison has actually been one of our previous participants. He has won one of the tournaments before and has gotten in one of the very top in the top 3 multiple times within our tournaments.
Excellent. So this means it should be a fairly strong game here. And we saw Lil Cap play a really strong game earlier, too. So,
yes.
All around, it should be fairly solid.
Also, we're getting a little bit of feedback on you. You might want to fix that.
Okay, 1 second.
And we're going to go on to Mammoth Fortress. Little Cap from Krusty Crushers going with a Bodvar. Dr. Faison actually going with a Mordrex from Monkey Squadron. Mordrex with the stamina stat that I don't see where Bodvar is. Now they start off with their usual custom Arians. Little Cap hitting the Nair. and getting in those hammer combos. Do you like the test light?
And yeah, sound should be better. The buzz, the feedback should be gone. Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
We can all tell.
Sometimes you just gotta unplug and replug in the USB thing, and it works. But we are seeing Dr. Phazon here getting a really nice string right there with that scythe and being very aggressive. I love seeing that aggressive scythe play. I love seeing scythe players who really go for it. Goes in further down, so he gets punished by the side light out from Little Cap. Little Cap getting a Sair right there, and Little Cap getting Dr. Phazon into a very dangerous position. That Sair knocks Dr. Phazon without a weapon out to the side, and Dr. Phazon goes for the sneaky dare recovery, but gets ground pounded. Beautiful read from Little Cap right there, taking a very solid lead right now in the game.
To be honest, I think he actually missed a leg, or the platform. He could have gone onto the platform recovery there. Now, we all see Dr. Phazon being really aggressive with the gauntlets. Trying to get in those combos. But Little Cap is just spacing him out. Hitting with
Now.
You're saying something?
Sorry, there's a beautiful grab cancel, whatchamacallit, neutral light out there from Dr. Phazon. Dr. Phazon still unable to get the first stock off on Little Cap.
And Dr. Phazon is now actually in close to kill range. Or actually is in kill range, my bad. Especially with Hammer, you gotta really be careful with where you are in terms of them.
And I really got to say, it's kind of a tough thing right now. Even if Dr. Phazon is able to get the stock, which unfortunately we just saw that stomp into Sair right there for the KO onto Dr. Phazon. Even if Dr. Phazon gets this KO, he's down a full stock, and that's a really, really unpleasant place to be in. Not to mention that unarmed recovery did not get the KO. There's the side sig with a beautiful, beautiful connection for the KO, but Dr. Phazon has a whole stock to make back here. And you were saying Dr. Phazon is a player who's been high ranking, high positioning in your tournaments in the past, and I think that's a really cool thing. And I'd love to see, Dr. Phazon come back and regain that title, and a comeback would be hype.
But right now he's really getting. He did successfully get a combo in, and he is successfully getting combos in. So I don't. It actually seems to me Dr. Phazon is actually bringing his A game right now.
We'll see if he can knock the stock out from Little Cap. We'll know that's what's up. The beautiful nair right now. Di going forward. There's the Sair coming out. Oh, the weapon throw on point. We're gonna see a recovery.
Oh.
No, we saw. Oh. And there's the neutral sig for the KO.
Dr. Phazon is now just a little bit less. Practically even with Little Cap, and from the looks of it, he is literally evening it up right now.
And I love that what we saw here is Dr. Phazon take a little bit in this first game to understand how Little Cap played, and once he's done that, and now that he's done that, he knows how best to approach with the scythe. And even though Little Cap is playing a strong game with the sword, keeping Dr. Phazon onto the edge, you want to be careful against someone with scythe on the edge. He did get the wall touch, the sword, the throw. Good. There's the recovery followed with the ground pound. What a classic textbook edge guard right there from Little Cap.
You're right about that. So are we actually... Best case scenario, they stay with what they got. Dr. Phazon knows how Little Cap is currently playing with sword and hammer. So it would actually seem best for Little Cap to play the same legend, or would it actually seem better for Little Cap since he won?
I don't know, and honestly, we might see two double switches here.
I mean, we could. Dr. Phazon, if I do recall, is like a Vraxme, but they both go with the Bodvar.
The BB.
They both do not have any stances on currently.
I think Bodvar is one of the legends you can really get away with that, just because Bodvar is very balanced all across the board. It's just kind of his shtick. He's box art for the game, essentially.
It's like he is a really good legend to actually get along with when you're in the very beginning.
Yeah.
He has both sword, he has both hammer. They're both kind of really easy. Not, I would say per se, easy weapons to learn, but just like easy weapons to manage.
Yeah, I would agree.
Dr.
with-
Phazon has managed to read that dodge in for that gravity cancel D-Light into recovery. But
Stomp the
Little-
dare.
yeah,
We're seeing Dr. Phazon without a weapon here. Although, again, damage here, not so much. Although the down sig, really nicely done
and the weapon throw
for the KO. And we're seeing kind of a recap of last game where, you know, Lil Cap just has a really strong early game and gets that lead and maintains it. And so we'll see if we can see that maintain. The down sig doesn't connect for Dr. Phazon, unfortunately. Neither the down one, and it just opens him up to be punished. The dare comes out for Lil Cap, not quite in the position he needs to be. The ground pound almost connects, but Lil Cap quite comfortable just moving around, navigating around that in the air. Very much a ping of damage here, ping of damage there. Watch out for the recovery. No recovery coming out. Sarah comes out. Look at, knows that's going to happen. Does dodge and gets her side light. Followed by another down sig. And then a side sig. The side sig gets punished by the side air. Lil Cap should be a recovery here to the wall, which he does. And then the side light coming in so quick punishes the side air because the side air is a little bit slower. Grab cancel neutral sig not coming out, but the dare, it's not so bad.
I mean, they're evening up damage right now, but it seems like Little Cap has a literal edge over Dr. Phazon right now. Weapon throw does connect, but does little to do anything. Little Cap misses the ground pound.
Dr. Phazon going around to the other side. Watch out for the ground pound. Dr. Phazon doing it again. Please don't do it a third time. No, a third time there. He throws for the
He's
side
fine.
sig. That side sig's not a bad edge guard move either. It does kind of push that
It
hitbox
does have
out.
It does have hitboxes in that sort of area that you want it to have. And most people actually, when they're on the edge, they don't really realize that their hitbox can be touched by certain moves like Bovar's side stick with his hammer. I mean, their hitbox would be just barely above there, but they can just get killed with that simple move.
This is so tough for Dr. Phazon. He's facing a potential 3-stock here. He does catch the grav cancel neutral light, but the Sair is gonna get the KO, so no 3-stock here. But again, just like last game, Dr. Phazon has so much ground to make up, and if he doesn't make it up, we're gonna be in a really, really tough position for Dr. Phazon. Nair coming out for Lil Cap. Does get knocked out by the dare, not quite knocked out, but he's hit by it, is what I meant to say.
You gotta remember
sig.
that
Punch by that sig.
if Cap actually wins this game, he wins the set.
That's true. Dr. Phazon throwing out these sigs and it's just not facing the right direction a lot of the time. And what I want to appreciate about Little Cap's playing is that his use of that down sig as kind of an edge guard move has been so on point in this game that it has really helped out down.
And that, wow.
Downlight into side air, followed up by a neutral sig, sets him up for the ground pound on the left side for the KO. Little Cap is going to take the game and move us on into the next match.
So that our next components would be Sasuke and Chili, if I do recall. Or what was it? Sasuke and Chipotle.
Chipotle. The most delicious of the sauces, like they say.
I think it's actually based off of the restaurant Chipotle.
No.
And he does have the Mexican banner.
Oh. Now, are you more of a Chipotle or or Qdoba, as they are actually pronounced?
I actually go with homemade.
No,
Homemade is a lot better.
Okay, obviously homemade
restaurants.
anything is basically better, but like if you had to
If
choose between the non-homemades, what would you go?
I would probably go with one of those like rural small chain restaurants.
Fair enough.
Like,
It's a hole in the wall. We did see Chipotle here have that extra dex on that Koji's. This is a 9-dex Koji.
9-dex Koji.
Is a kind of becoming a more popular stance lately because that 9-dex does break you past that point where dex matters again, right? Where you start counting off like a single frame here or there with the 9-dex. We'll see if Chipotle can come in here and make that effective and use it. But meanwhile, Sasuke here not really able to do too much. Although the Nair spacing is pretty decent. It's pretty effective.
Chipotle getting caught with that D-Light into Sair, and Sasuke really trying to get in all that damage, but Chipotle actually manages to even it out again.
I think this is the first match between these two players, so always the first game, especially that first stock, is a lot about figuring out how the opponent plays and how they position themselves. You know, what are their preferred styles? Beautiful dare right there. Actually sets up the KO onto Sasuke. Excellently executed, a little bit higher, and I believe Sasuke would have been able to touch just the base of that wall. Although Chipotle was ready.
Chipotle is going. We're just both talking at the same time. You go.
I was just gonna see who's gonna be ready with a ground pound on the edge. You go.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Sasuke actually managing to get a little decent sword string in, and they're both pretty evened up.
Chipotle tries engaging with that dare, which if it had worked would allow Chipotle to follow it up and do a string. We do see a neutral light into a sunlight into a down light. Ooh, down air coming out. And again, racking the damage up. Sarah comes out. Sarah, bow Sarah is so good. The aerial stuff on the bow, that should get the KO. I don't think Sasuke will have the jumps, and he does not have the jumps to recover there. And so
now Chipotle actually...
Go ahead.
Chipotle has an entire stock to deal with. He barely got damage within that entire... what, 30 seconds? But now Sasuke has the spear, which actually he seems to be a really good player with.
Catches that falling Sarah right there into the neutral Sig, which doesn't actually land the KO into Chipotle, but it's not so good damage. Chipotle gets in there with the falling Sarah just in time. Beautiful, beautiful string right there with that grab cancel down light, by the way, unarmed.
Just misses with that S-Sig.
But the down Sig will connect. Chipotle with a beautiful weapon throw to deny any recovery of the KO. Chipotle isn't a very high kill potential. The Sair will get the KO, bringing it down to a 1-to-1 stock at the moment. Sasuke, though, in the red. Chipotle not able to get that weapon. Sasuke grabs it before he does. And Chipotle trying to do some more of that fly hype unarmed play that he had earlier on in that second stock, but it's maybe not going to happen. Side Sig not really where it needs to be. You got to watch out. The recovery from sword can also KO at high damages as well. It's pretty on point. There's the recovery for the KO.
Just as you said.
Good game. Well played.
That was very well played. And it seems like they're actually going to be both sticking with the same legends. And they might be going back to Twilight Grove, seeing how... Sasuke is going with the Koji.
I believe it's pronounced Sasuke. We've been corrected in Twitch chat. 3, 2, but I don't know.
It seems Japanese. There's too many pronunciations.
Who knows? Who knows? I don't. But we are seeing an early game here with Sasuke or Sasuke, however you want to pronounce it, taking not an early lead, but a little bit of early momentum.
But Chipotle is evening it right back up with that recovery.
Neutral light coming out. Sasuke goes to the ground. Grab cancel. Oh, Sasuke catches the downlight really, really nicely done. And again, this game is neck and neck. Damages are so high. Sair comes out. I think they have exactly the same damage. Ooh, that clash. So good. The neutral light coming out. Chipotle going for that on-arm play that we know him. Beautiful ground pound. Doesn't get the KO. Sets up for the neutral Sig. Happens twice. First one misses. Second one right in position. And the tip of it just boops Sasuke off to the top of the map for the KO.
Now they both have a blow. We just saw them with the swords. Now let's see them with the bow. Let's see how each other are matched. It seems like Sasuke is really taking Dare into a bigger portion, but kills with Nair. And Sasuke is actually going to stick with the bow.
And if you had the success that Sasuke just had, I feel like it's a good position to have that bow. Down Sig gets punished right there by Sasuke. Sasuke comes in over here trying to edge guard. Chipotle comes up to the top. Watch out. Catches the Sair. Very nicely done with the back dodge.
That island is just too hard to edge guard in any sort of opinion, because you have to take in... If you just have a speedy character, then you're able to edge guard it. But when you're just Koji and you're trying to edge guard it, it's not. Nice clash there with the N light and D light.
Lots of side lights coming out. No follow up from Chipotle. Sasuke had that nice dodge rightfully timed. And again, the dare coming out from Chipotle is so neck and neck this game. There's the dare for maybe the KO. Sasuke should be able to recover, but the Sair does punish the recovery for the KO, and that does allow Chipotle to take the lead of this game. Damage is high. Chipotle with the sword can kind of keep it back, although the Sair is not what you want to get hit by here, even if it's unarmed. Recovery doesn't connect. Let's see if Chipotle can block the weapon here. There's a Sair. We're going to see a recovery. Yeah, recovery just catches it a little bit, follows up with a neutral light. Sasuke does catch that bow right there, and he does catch the Nair.
Weapon throw does manage to hit, but Sasuke is just really trying to get that kill right now. Try to come in for the kill.
Oh man, we almost see off the top of the map there. That wouldn't fly, but there's the Nair, fall downlight into Nair for, or downlight to neutral light, sorry, for the KO. And now
they're both back again with a bow.
And I mean, the damage is not so much in Chipotle's favor that Sasuke couldn't bring this back. It really is coming down neck and neck. Keep in mind that Chipotle takes this game, though. Chipotle will win this set, and we'll move on. Sasuke will drop down to the bracket. If Sasuke takes it, though, we will go to a best of 3, which will be, I believe, the first best of 3 we've seen tonight.
Misses the side say again. Gets punished.
Lots of Sairs coming out, and the damage now so even. Chipotle without the weapon doesn't get that sword, does catch that sword right there. A little bit dicey there from him, and look at this position, look at this spacing. They both know they're so close. All it takes is one string for either player to KO. There's the dare. I mean, every little piece of damage the weapon throw kinda doesn't do anything. It wastes the dodge from Sasuke, but unable to follow it up on it. Sidelight comes out, doesn't get the KO. Nair comes out, not gonna connect. There's the sidelight. Sasuke here, with the recovery doesn't connect. Anything will kill at this potential at both points. The downstick does not connect. Chipotle goes for the sidelight. Dare instead of a recovery. Sasuke comes out with the dodge. There's the dare. There's the sidelight. We're gonna see a follow from Chipotle. Chipotle goes for the Sair, does not connect, misses the grab cancel downlight. There's the neutral light. We're gonna see a follow up. There's the weapon throw. Weapon throw bounces off the ground, and there's the.
But the Sair manages to kill. That was a really close match, and you can tell by how Toast is talking.
And Sasuke will go ahead and move on.
Sasuke needs to reconsider life, as he says in the chat.
To the losers bracket, as Chipotle will move on into the next game.
You were too right about that. It seems that actually Dr. Phazon is coming back in. He's currently playing G-Void, or Jivoid, or whatever. And Crescendo, who we remember, is currently playing SZI8890. There's also in the losers bracket, Hazen versus Atrophius, and seems like Happy managed to go into losers round 2 because of a DQ on huge H1N. And we have to figure out who's going to be the loser of D, which is Rigoti Ryan and the Jijo. And we do have young Rigoti Ryan from Inception Gaming waiting. Where is that Jijo?
I love this name. Young Rigatoni is maybe the greatest name.
Young Rigatoni. That actually does really. It just flies off the tongue.
It really does. I mean, Young Rigatoni is a pretty wonderful name. I love it. Hello, it's me, Young Rigatoni. May I introduce you? May I inquire about your coupons? I don't know. Does look like we're waiting for our next player to come in. Oh, I did not know that.
So we will be waiting as we wait for the Jijo to come in.
And you know, it's all good. It's all good. Yes.
Nobody's using the AFK BM report on Discord. They should all do that if you don't have anybody coming in on time. Say it here.
Now, yeah, there is a channel for that. You are right. You are right. No, I'm looking at here, and I'm looking at the projected bracket, and I love this. The Gijo is coming in, but I want to talk quickly about the projected bracket. We're looking at a predicted winner here of actually Rigatoni Ryan is predicted to approach the grand final.
Surprisingly enough, and it actually even seems like Dr. Faison's going to be coming up into the bracket and maybe facing Little Cat. Who knows? I mean, those are only the projected. Those are only by yourself the numbers.
Yes. But our game is getting started. Probably Mammoth Fortress is yep. And we
do have the Thatch and
two of the least played characters in the game in this match. The extra speed Azoth and the extra defense Thatch. Oh!
We are going to see a good match here.
Both legends kind of not played. Thatch because he doesn't really have a proper neutral sig on his guns. He's not really a great legend because he's so squishy, and his sig kit just isn't 100% great. And
Young
Azoth,
Rigatoni getting an early lead with all those bow combos.
yeah. Oh, I mean, again, this is the defense. You know, even with that 4 defense stat, the dare comes in for the KO. Thatch is such a squishy legend.
It is.
Especially against Azoth, who packs a punch. You know, a little slow on those SIGs. Lots of startup time. But, you know, is a spoopy skeleton. He's got a lot of, you know, can do quite a lot with damage, especially against a squishy legend like Thatch.
Gijo is currently basically a full stock behind right now, trying to get at least some sort of kill.
Nice ground pound attempt right there, although young Rigatoni does follow up with a beautiful dodge through. Goes for a nice down sig right there, but actually gets punished by the Jiju.
And gets hit by the weapon throw.
And Jiju evens up the game. And I think very much with a legend like Thatch, you can take that damage, you can be in the red, but it doesn't mean the end of you because you're a squishy legend. Like, you should be used to playing at high damages anyway. Downlight comes out from Young Rigatoni. Young Rigatoni follows up with this neutral light. The recovery doesn't connect. But the dare, though, most likely will get the KO with the weapon throw. And none, again with the KO with the weapon throw. Now, I don't know, Finch. I don't know what Jiju needs to do here to bring this game back into his favor. But at the moment, whatever he's doing is not working out so well.
Yeah, really, Young Rigatoni is really reading him. I mean, Gijo is doing everything that he can with guns, but it isn't really amounting up to anything.
I think also, we're looking at that axe, right? It is a great weapon if you get those beautiful ground pound. Evens up the game. This is a 1-to-1 stock now. This is something that I didn't know we were going to see in this game. But you look at that axe, it does have large hitboxes that if you get out at the right time, can really punish all around you. And again, if you're moving into an axe player, you're going to get hurt. Nair comes
no matter
out.
What.
Neutral light comes out.
Gijo is
Light.
really trying to even up this game right now, but he is in death row right now.
Gets caught. Oh, and there's the down stick for the KO.
Yeah.
The dodge through. It's such a dangerous thing. It's like, it's the least thing from true it's possible, right? That dodge through, that down stick has such a large startup time. I'm really surprised it worked out, but it's the second time he tried doing it, and it worked out really well for him. Looks like we're getting right into the next game. Probably
well, it's actually the first time Gijo is switching to Roland with no stat, but the first time Young Rigatoni tried to do a D-Sig, so I might have wondered that that was actually a
3, 2, 1,
miscalculator or whatever.
Potentially.
Again, we see Young Rigatoni getting that really cool, not cool, but per se, but getting that lead in.
Very on point. Although Jiju doing a lot here unarmed. In fact, getting more damage here onto Young Rigatoni unarmed than Rigatoni managed to get on him, even with that bow. Even trying to even it up right now. I mean, it's pretty close. But I do like this Roland pick, right? You went from a squishy character to a pretty beefy character to a legend who has a lot of defense. That Sair comes out, not going to catch the KO. Rigatoni here recovers up, does not get caught by the recovery from Jiju. Jiju catches the dare. Rigatoni should be able to recover, misses the weapon, gets the wall touch, falls off at the ground pound, not going to connect, and actually positions himself to get that axe, which is a dangerous place. That recovery so close, a hair away from connecting right there. So dangerous. Side stick comes out, gets punished by the falling Sair, and we're seeing another Sair for the KO. Young Rigatoni taking another lead in this game.
Yep. really with young Rigatoni, he is just really doing everything that's by the book. He's going... Doesn't even really seem that he really is getting off guard right here. I mean, you saw in the very beginning how he pulled off the bow combo. Like, he played that perfectly.
He did. Jiju, though, playing a very strong game on the edge. Young Rigatoni does try and recover up here. Does get punished by that recovery from Jiju, but does manage to get back top. But, I mean, Jiju doing so much damage with the sword. This Roland pick, such a good choice. A little scary to see this axe coming out from Young Rigatoni, though. What a fun name to say.
Just misses the dare, as Jiju actually misses his gravity council and sig.
Dare comes out from Jiju. Jiju gets knocked out by the downlight. Lots of dares coming out from Young Rigatoni. Not a lot of not connecting the side stick. Doesn't get punched with the side stick from Young Rigatoni, which is close to the grab cancel side stick. Not quite there either. Weapon throw down does allow Young Rigatoni a little bit of space to breathe. Does get that weapon bet. Goes for a dare. Gets punished at the last second by their recovery. Dare would have killed, but it's downlight side air. Not enough for the KO. Young Rigatoni will be able to recover. Does get the wall touch. We can see a ground pound, a dare. No, we see a down sig. Oh, and he gets punished by the nair right there. There's a downlight. Young Rigatoni has that bow, though.
Gets hit by the weapon throw. And he's just unable to hit the wall just by that much.
I mean, you know, that's just such ill luck for Jiju, but Jiju does have a very easy pathway here to recover and even on this game. Just one good hit, that might do it. Young Rigatoni will survive. Are we going to see a dare? I'd love to see a dare come out here. Ground pound instead for the KO. Works out, but we see a total reset of the match at the moment.
Oh. It seems like the Jiju's actually upping his game right now.
I think switching out to this Roland, right, gives you access to... I mean, he's been using the sword on the Roland a lot more cleanly than he was using the sword on the Thatch. And he's been getting in there and being aggressive with his spacing and being aggressive with how he approaches. And
Young Unji taking into advantage the new patch with Azot's D-Sig increased by 5%, but misses and fails to actually get the kill. They're both now at kill percentage, and it's just... They're dodging in and out and in and out. Missed and...
It comes out.
And that missed gravity cancel D-Light. But the gravity...
Downlight into side air. Not going to get the kill, although this is a close game. There's the neutral light and the weapon throw. We're going to see it. Oh, another neutral light. We're going to see a side light. I don't know what we're going to see. There's the recovery for the KO. No. Beautiful,
Gotta
beautiful
remember,
right
Roland has that big old dex. You can't really do anything to that. Tries to go with the N6, gets hit by that Sir.
And you got to be so careful here. You have a really good weapon recovering, but there it is. Recovery knocks him out for the KO. Young Rigatoni takes the second game in the set, and that will move Young Rigatoni forward, and Jiju will drop down to the losers bracket. Good game.
So from what it looks like, we are... Dr. Faison did move on from the match with JVoid, and it actually does seem like he might follow the projections. I don't know. So far we only have Coslix and Chipotle ready, so you might as well start them now. Yep, Coslix and Chipotle are in.
Words are hard sometimes. I find that words are very difficult.
Words are difficult when they are difficult.
Yes, I would agree. So we do have, like you just said, this next game we're going to be seeing Coslix and Chipotle, and this should be a good game, right? Chipotle had some really nice approach, some really nice control in his game earlier against Sasuke, and I'd love to see how that lines up against Coslix, who also has some pretty strong spacing in the game, and these are both things that you have to take into account, right? This should be a fairly competitive match here.
It should be fairly even as well, depending on their legend choices. Well, then again, legend choices don't matter even now. So let's see what map they're going to choose. I'm probably going to bet on Twilight Grove again.
I would love to see some small Thunder Guard, but it's not to happen tonight. I think you're...
Coslix back with the Scarlet and with the defense stat. Chipotle back with the Koji and the 9 decks. I mean, when the new decks patch came out, really the 9 decks really was the big gold thing that really a lot of people mentioned because
What's the difference? Chipotle's in here. I don't think Chipotle is lagging. I think Chipotle might have taken a moment there to adjust the setting. Does catch that sword and does really turn around the damage here to even the game up. You got to be careful, right? You are a little outranged with the lance against that sword, and you don't have the best vertical options with. I mean, you have dares, which are actually dares and recovery are both really good. So scratch exactly what I just said. Koslix though not being in a good position to use that horizontality of that lance. That's it. Comes out, doesn't connect. Side air coming out. You know, Koslix turning it around and just being patient and just picking up a side air there, here and there. And side air does have a lot of force on it, and it can KO.
Chipotle going with it unarmed, only just to pick up back up sword.
It seems like really. Sorry, go ahead.
It seems like Chipotle actually feels more confident with a sword than with a bow with Koji. And as you can see here, he's managed to even up the damage again with a sword.
What I like that Chipotle is doing is Chipotle is not afraid to be aggressive here, but knows that Koslix right now has a very reactionary approach at the moment, and that's something that's working out really well for Koslix, because you'll notice the damage here is very even. The dare comes out, touches with the last tick of damage there. Not enough to get the KO. The Sair is punished by a Sair from Koslix. Chipotle will be able to recover. Dares into that wall. You got to be careful. That hammer is such a good edge game. Although the Nair gets punished by a Sair, they'll both live. Watch out for the recovery. The ground pound comes out. Well dodged, and the recovery doesn't connect. The side light does hit though. And down light. Chipotle knows you can get the KO unarmed just as easily as you can with a sword or bow here. There's the Sair. It's not enough to KO. Slide side sig doesn't work out, but always nice to see that kind of styling move.
But the recovery from that hammer does kill. I mean, off stage, that recovery is pivotal to hammers. You waste it, you're kind of dead. Now Chipotle is just looking for that kill.
Doesn't catch it with a neutral eight.
Mm-hmm.
Catches it with the dare right there, though. So what's so dangerous about that recovery with the lance is that if you hit someone, it stops the recovery where you hit them.
Instead of like the sword recovery where it just continues along with it and it stacks some damage.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of people take into account that bodying the Rocket Lance recovery would kind of be a meager towards their own playstyle. I mean, if you manage to catch them with that recovery, as that off-stage gameplay occurs, really amounting to pressure, D-Sig does manage to hit. Chipotle trying to
catches that neutral sig right there, which is nice. And by neutral sig, I mean recovery. It doesn't catch the second one, but it catches that recovery right there. That side light into recovery is quite close. It's there's like if it's not quite true, it's 1 or 2 frames of dodge, and it's basically, I mean, at that point, it's basically true. It's a close game right now. Although Chipotle has a bit of ground to build up onto Koslix, who has been so good with this lance. It's a very turnaround from the start of the game where, like I said, I didn't feel like he was using enough with it, but the side airs have been on point lately. The down sig's on point, and again, look at the damage. Except that Koslix is up a stock, and Chipotle unable to really approach Koslix in a way that's allowing him to get any damage off. The dodges are on point, and Koslix baiting him out, saying, "You come to me, I'll be ready with you for you when you come to me," and it allows him to punish. That side light gets punished by a side air. The down sig comes out, doesn't get the KO, but knocks Chipotle out into a not so great position. The weapon throw from Chipotle into the Sair doesn't get the KO, but again gives him a little position here. It's all about positioning now. The down sig for the KO
does kill.
Player 2
and Koslix takes the KO. Well done, good game.
So from the looks of it, Koslix actually really knows how to handle that Lance D-Sig. I mean, he used it most of the time instead of the end sig or the side sig. He really knows when to use it, and it, even though it's not as strong as the other sigs, it still provides damage, and it still provides a knockback.
Oh.
Chipotle taking Shipwreck Falls out of the equation, and Twilight Grove, which he did so well on in his previous stock. Koslix is going to choose Small Mammoth Fortress, and Chipotle with a change to Mirage and with no stance. Now, I don't know if this is going to actually be a game changer or not, mainly because Mirage is We're just gonna have to see.
Interesting. The Mirage pick, so interesting. Like you were saying, although Chipotle realizes, right? Chipotle realizes Kostelix is more of a patient player, right? Knows that if you wait enough, the opponent will approach you. So Kostelix had a little bit of that same, like, I'll play your game with you, a little bit just there for a moment. Although, you know, Scythe, I think, is the right choice because Scythe gives you a lot of approaches for the air, and we're seeing Kostelix be so aerial with that lance. But Kostelix is just as comfortable with the hammer, and the hammer is not is not a lance. It's a different weapon. But if Chipotle can you know, counter that lance with the Scythe, that's a really good position to be in.
He does manage to take into that momentum dodge into Dare, which does get Kostelix off stage, but Kostelix manage is to come back on stage and get in the kill with the Sair. Now it's just a battle between Spear and Lance. They're both really good weapons to space each other out in. Lance more the aerial, Spear more the aerial.
I would really prefer, the Scythe.
There we go.
Here. Just because, like I was saying, that Nair, the Dare, you have so much options for approach, so many options for approach with the Scythe. Although running straight into the sidelight down sig, not so good for Chipotle here. I mean, that damage already really high. Kostelix surviving here gets dodged through from Chipotle on Kostelix's down sig, which is good for Chipotle. Catches that down air, not gonna KO. We're gonna see a Grandpa. No, we see
and he just bumps his head. Now that's another really bad thing with the Lance recovery. You can't reposition yourself as soon as you start that recovery. You have to go along with it.
It's the same thing though with guitar recovery too, where you know there's no charge time. The angle you have is the angle you go, and it's something that you always have to take into account, always have to worry about. Chipotle has this Scythe once more. The Stomp comes out from Kostelix, does not connect to anything. Downlight comes out, not really connect. End sig comes out from Chipotle. I mean, they're dancing around each other. Chipotle knows he has that range advantage here, that speed advantage with the Scythe. The double Scythe comes out. Sair comes out though for Kostelix. Does connect. Now there's Sair. Chipotle won't have the jumps to recover here, and that is stock. Kostelix taking a lead again.
I mean, really, with Scarlet and this little matchup here, all Kostelix has to do is just rack up damage and bring out the hammer. That's all Kostelix has to do. And he just manages to get Sox through simple moves with the hammer.
Oh man, the side air comes out from Kostelix, and the Chipotle has a lot of ground to pull up. I mean, he's getting hit by too much. The downsig comes out though. Downsig is such a strong move with Mirage, both Spear and Scythe comes out pretty quick. And it's
I mean, if you remember back into the patches, they actually had to tone her downsig down a little bit because he was killing just a little bit too early.
It's a very strong sig. The Dare perfectly timed out from Kostelix allows Kostelix to recover and get a little punch with that down sig. Does get knocked by the falling the Sair from Chipotle. And Chipotle with the side sig evens the game up a little bit. Not quite in kill zone, but very close to being in kill zone.
Chipotle really has to play really careful right now because he's dealing with a high damage character and he doesn't really have that many options to get that damage in and even up the game.
Nice Nair, and Chipotle is doing a really strong game here, evening it up. And if Chipotle wins this game, we're going to see a best of 3, which would be quite cool to see. You know,
it would, because they would be used to how each other are by then. And I would guess that probably Chipotle would go back to the Koji.
It would be an interesting choice, although I feel like this Mirage has been really good. Kostelix, though, catches the Sair with a weapon throw, doesn't have a weapon, gets knocked out by the spear throw from Chipotle, and Chipotle catches the weapon, keeps Kostelix away. Goes for the down sig and gets punished with the Sair for the KO.
Player 2 wins.
All right. That means,
but that was a really close match, really good game.
Kostelix will move on to the winners finals. We're going to move down to Little Captain Rigatoni Ryan will be our next match here. And then after that, we'll be in the finals. It'll be pretty on point.
It would. And currently, Dr. Faison is facing the G-Joe. We don't know how that's going to work out.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Very, very interesting. Oh, Here we go. Young Rigatoni is in. The little cap is in. Our game is ready to start once they're ready to go. Yeah, I'm excited for this game too. We saw Young Rigatoni be brutal in his game against, in their game against the Jijo, and who knows, you know. I gotta say, in the losers round, I kind of feel like I gotta put my money on Dr. Phazon, honestly. But I don't know 100%. We'll find out. Yes, so we're seeing some legend picks. Again, blind pick. We won't really know who picks what, right?
No.
But we will see soon.
Oh no, blind pick is on. Oh, wait, what? They're having a bet. If Young Rigatoni wins, Little Cap was changed his name to Young Capped.
You heard it here first, folks.
And if Capped wins, Ryan changes his name to Macaroni Mary. Folks, you're hearing it right here, right now. You better keep these guys accountable.
Yeah, it's either Macaroni Mary or Young Capped.
Young Capped.
Let's get this game started.
Young Rigatoni is still trying to choose a legend. I think he probably will go back with the Azoth, seeing how, as he did so well in the previous game.
You know, I would like him to pick a different Axe character. I really don't think Azoth is a competitive legend right now. It's not.
We're going to be
But
playing
you
at Small Math Fortress, and he goes with the Hattori pick.
I'm getting the Bodvar out from Lil Cap too. Both of them on the default stance. Both of that swell diamond border. Let's see how it goes.
3,
Mammoth,
2,
as per
1,
usual.
Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Cap cats that weapon first, catches the Sarah, downlight Sarah combo, and again keeping the weapons away from Young Rigatoni, who does have quite the speed here with that Hattori. You don't see Hattori quite as often as you used to, and it's not working out so well early in this game for Young Rigatoni. Stomp into Sarah, the ground pound nearly connects.
Barely misses that ground pound.
And when we're seeing a strong lead for Little Cap at the moment, Young Rigatoni not going to get a lot of damage. Nice jump over that down sig, but he is moving into a lot of these stomp into side airs, which are classic combos. And there's a recovery. If you don't respect the hammer recovery, you get punished by the hammer recovery. And that ground pound, unarmed ground pound, has never out-prioritized the hammer recovery if it's timed right. And that puts Little Cap in a very good position right now. Side.
Yeah. Weapon throw. Little Cap is now unarmed.
Oh, the dare.
Young Rigatoni.
Little Cap.
Young Rigatoni does manage to get the kill. And he is going to stick with the sword.
I want to give Little Cap some props though, because Little Cap really wanted that KO and was daring to be risky there and to get punished for it. But I mean, we're seeing such a turnaround here. The Sarah for the KO right there. No way he comes back from that. And it's basically a fresh stock lead for Little Cap right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Sarah's coming out. The Nair recovery comes out.
Little Cap managing to catch Young Rigatoni with that. Oh.
Tried side stick, gets punished by a side stick of Young Rigatoni's own. Never charges those side sticks. Sometimes it happens though. Again, downlight side air combo comes out, recovery comes out. Oh man, downlight side air. It's a tight game right now, but Little Cap doesn't have too much to worry about so far. The Sarah for the KO, and Young Rigatoni playing a nice comeback.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Young Rigatoni has to be really careful here so that he can really amount the damage back up.
Recovery comes out for Little Cap twice in a row. The Nair comes out. I mean, Young Rigatoni has been bodied in the air multiple times. It's called juggling, I believe. And we're seeing a dare or a ground pound come out, and that's all that really needs to happen from Little Cap to take this game.
Young Rigatoni is really changing up how he's playing right now, as you can tell, or I should say how he's...
There it is. Stomp into Sarah for the KO. If you move into that Bodvar stacked, or even close to stack, He has a bear on his hat. It's okay. Then you will get punished by that stomp side air. It is a true combo, and it is a very powerful combo still in this day and age.
Seems like young Rigatoni is on the verge of collapsing as he says he's falling asleep. Is this truth or not? That's the question. Oh yeah, I never really got to reply back to the question on who do you main?
Oh, I was a Queen 9 main for a long time. I had a brief stint with Sentinel, and this season I was like, I'm going to be a random main. And just a day or two ago, I'm like, actually, I'm going to pick up Lord Vrax and learn how to play guns and lance, because that's kind of where I struggle with. And Lord Vrax, he's an alien, and I like his SIGs, so that's enough for me.
Young Rigatoni going with a Black Scarlet and Little Cap staying with a Bodvar. Both of them without a stance.
Scarlet, an interesting choice. One that's, I think, going to lend itself well to young Rigatoni's playstyle. Young Rigatoni gets the early damage here, gets that dare into the neutral light. Unable to follow it up, you can do a really long string unarmed at the beginning of the game if you get those first hits for the weapon. Beautiful stomp, stomp, stomp coming out. Young Rigatoni turning on the fire right now, catching those, trying to catch those, catch a neutral light. We're going to see a ground pound. No, side light comes out, but does not connect. Sarah, stomp, no follow up there. He does do a double chase dodge into a side sig, does not connect with the side sig though. Oh, the Sarah comes out too. The recoveries have both come out. There's the recovery out onto young Rigatoni. No ground pound. So careful. Weapon throw, egg drop, double weapon throw, and that's it onto Little Cat.
I think young Rigatoni is actually going to be sticking with the hammer. It seems like he's more proficient with the hammer as he is with the axe.
Young Rigatoni.
Barely just
making it work right now. There's a stomp. So using Lil Cap's own method of stomp into Sarah against him. There's a downline to Sarah. I think the sword choice is smart from Lil Cap. Lil Cap needs to get a lot of damage done, needs to get that combo done, and that combo is a guaranteed way, if you can land it, of doing a lot of damage. The Sarah knocks him out far. Ground pound so perfectly placed right along that edge. You can't touch that wall with that position of the ground pound, which allows him to get the KO, even up the game a little bit. Young Rigatoni still shortly in the lead here. Gonna do some stuff on arm, pick up the lance instead.
It seems like young Rigatoni isn't really... He hasn't shown his true colors with the lance yet.
Your true colors shining through. Anyways, but you're right. He hasn't been able to do a lot
at the same exact time.
Although that N-Sig does connect, the grab cancel N-Sig doesn't connect, and actually gets punished with a Sarah. Ground pound comes out, recovery. Ooh, perfectly timed dodge from young Rigatoni to not get caught by that recovery.
Oh, it barely misses the weapon throw.
Nice ground pound. That dodge, if it wasn't there, would have KO'd. The side sig not going to connect. Stomp into Sarah.
Yeah.
Young
Rigatoni is using Cap's own playstyle against him.
Although a lot of this edge play, nice throw right there, allowing young Rigatoni to survive and get a little damage alarmed. Although now you're on the edge, we've seen the position switched. Lil Cap opting to go for the weapon, keep the weapons away. Sarah doesn't get the KO, and young Rigatoni throws the reads, knows he's not able to recover, falls down. Last stock. This could be game. If Lil Cap takes it, that's going to be game. But young Rigatoni is building such a strong game right now. We could see us go to a game 3. I think it's very likely.
Agreed. Not unless Little Cap can pull something out of the back of his whatever he has on.
Man. I gotta give such props to these unarmed plays from young Rigatoni, and that'll do it. Young Rigatoni wins the game, and this is gonna take us, I think, Finch, to our first game of 3.
It is
third.
The first third game.
Excellent.
And I bet this is going to be a really good match. I'm expecting young Rigatoni to stay with the Scarlet and probably Little Cap staying with the Bodvar, seeing as how Little Cap probably knows what's going to be going on. Young Rigatoni is probably going to go...
Black card keep, black card keep, black card keep, black card keep.
Shipwreck Falls. Yep, they are both staying with the same legends, no stances. Seeing as how it went last game. I mean, Little Cap was really close to getting in that final stock in, but young Rigatoni managed to get it in first.
We're going to have to see a total change in playstyle from Little Cap to make this work. And I mean, he could do it. It could happen, but it's going to be gonna be work.
It is. Young Rigatoni actually reading now how Little Cap is waiting for the approach in.
Rigatoni here. A little more damage. The Nair comes out. Little Cap gets the double Nair. We're going to see a triple Nair. No triple Nair. No Stomp. Stomp. No Sair. Follow-up, though. I think it was too stacked for that to work the side air into the Dare. Does actually get Little Cap right off the edge, but the Sair comes out right at the last edge there to edge guard against young Rigatoni, which gives the stock into Little Cap's favor.
Young Rigatoni now with a hammer. And ooh,
Little Cap
double
just playing
Sair.
the edge, so smart with those Sairs. Knows he can outrange that just a little bit, knows it a little quicker than the hammer. No follow-up on the Stomp, and that's a huge, huge detriment. If you can't follow up on that Stomp, it puts you in a very open position afterwards. We do see the Stomp Sair there, but it's not enough with a beautiful grab cancel end sig for the KO off the top of the screen. Young Rigatoni not too damaged here. Still a very close game. Side light, down light Sair. Kind of classic. Now, I feel like, you know, Sword was once buffed quite extensively to kind of eliminate this kind of downlight Sair gameplay that we see a lot with Sword. And it's interesting that it's making a resurgence.
Yeah, it is.
Now we're looking here at Little Cap here coming. Goes for the side stick, doesn't connect. And again, Young Rigatoni doing excellent with the downlight into Sair combo on arms. Little Cap here with the hammer here. I love the stomp side hammer, one of my favorites. Throws the hammer, catches a neutral light onto Young Rigatoni. Young Rigatoni quite damaged here. Little Cap in a very comfortable position. Dare comes out, Sair comes out. Sair does not connect though. Dare does connect there. Ooh, neutral light doesn't connect. We're gonna see Young Rigatoni here try and turn this around. Stomp into Dare. A beautiful little string right there. The Dare comes out. Man, Little Cap just needs to do a little bit more damage here. The clash, probably honestly in Little Cap's favor because it allows Little Cap to be on the platform, but the Stomp into Dare comes out again. One more of those will get the KO. The damage is high enough. Nearly catches the Sair right there. Catches the hammer throw. Ooh, it's so close. The Sair comes out. Little Cap, what are you doing, my dude? There's the side light, but no follow-up. There's the downlight Sair for the KO. Little Cap takes the lead, but you got to be so careful when your damage is this high. It could turn around just like that.
Again, this is just basically another game that really experiences like you got to play to the very last second to see who wins and who doesn't. I mean, gimps are a big part of this game now. Ever since, or rather, they will probably be a big part of this game. Young Rigatoni catching in with that unarmed side stick. And Little Cap is just catching him with the D-lights and catches him with the ooh.
That's what comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And Young Rigatoni runs out of jumps. And that's
No, he
game.
didn't touch the.
Oh, he
didn't touch his
yeah,
side.
touch the wall. That sucks. It's the pixel perfect thing. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you can't get away with it. But Lil Cap is going to advance into the next set. This actually brings us into
Young
our winners
Rigatoni is not.
finals.
He is not taking any of the bet that we have had previously.
Is that so?
It is. He just said, "I'd rather not be associated."
Oh, that's how it goes sometimes. Lil Cap is going to go up against Costalix. And now, can I get confirmation that the winners final, is this going to be a best of 5?
Winners finals are going to be a best of 5.
So we are going to see a best of 5 here because this is our winners final for the Blazinator League.
Blazinator
1v1 Brawl
League.
8.
Brawl 9.
Hey.
Brawl 9.
Brawl 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. And we're jumping in right away. I would be willing to bet we're going to see a lot of small mammoth on this. It's just a safe map. It's a comfortable map. It's one we know. It's one you see a lot. No small. No. Okay. It's Twilight, actually. Costalix sticking to that Scarlet with the extra defense. And we see that Bodvar, pardon me. Again, I see the hat and I'm like, oh, that's what it is. See that Bodvar again from Little Cat. I'm seeing Costalix right now take a lot of the the early damage, and it's not good to take that early damage, especially here in this game, you know.
But Little Cap is just really outspacing him. Catching him with an air, and another nair that goes for the kill.
Now,
Little Cap is actually going to stay with the hammer, surprisingly. Seeing as how he just did so well with it.
So this edge play right here is actually pretty on point too. Kostelix has a lot of ground to build up here, and if Lil Cap can just keep this edge, Lil Cap doesn't need to be very on point. But Kostelix, trademark style here, right? Being patient, you know, not being super aggressive, knows that if you wait a little bit, you have a little bit of a lead, knowing how to react to your opponent's approach, and that's something that I don't. You know, you don't have to see a lot of a lot of players do. And Lil Cap's being easily patient enough to just say, wait, I'll wait for you. I'm not going to come into your trap. You come to me. There we see the engagement right there. The down stick comes out from Kostelix to punish that little patient wait. But again, Lil Cap here still in the lead. It's a lot of damage, but every little damage you do is damage that you know, it's basically free at this point. Although down stick, not going to get the KO. But you got to watch out, the down sticks come out pretty fast.
Almost gets the kill with the Sayer, but managed to get the kill with an unarmed ground pound. And again, Little Cap is patient enough to wait for Kostelix to come and approach him himself. And
you know, it comes into account that it's really smart that Lil Cap has recognized this so early on, and it gives Lil Cap an impetus and a lot of time throughout this match. It's best of 5 to figure out how best to counter this playstyle. And sometimes waiting is the best thing. You counter waiting with waiting. It becomes a game of patience of who's ready to be patient first. It doesn't make for the best viewing sometimes, but you know, sometimes those are the games that are what decide the match finals. That would bring us home to what matters. The nair is coming out from Lil Cap.
Ooh, and he just misses the down sig.
No punish though from Kostelix, which is huge. And Kostelix loves those down sigs. Loves those down sigs. And I mean, they've been so effective for him so far. They do a lot of damage and they come out quick, and he's been landing almost all of them.
Like 2 out of every 3.
Yeah.
That much I'll say.
Watch out for the dare here. This puts Lil Cap in a very good position. The ground pound for the KO. Gonna put Lil Ground Pound in the lead. And you have to keep in mind that when you're up a stock, you can't play... When your opponent is up a stock, you can't play that patient game. You have to be a little more aggressive because you're the one to turn it around. The impetus is on you to make the match happen, and you got to roll through it, and you got to make it happen. And now Kostelix here playing that edge, goes for the grab cancel neutral stick that we've seen be super effective from the past, but it's not so good. Lots of dares and dares coming out, and Lil Cap is catching a lot of damage early on already onto Kostelix's last stop.
And you're right about that. Little Cap is just really trying to get in that kill so then he can finish up the match. What that recovery and the ground pound.
If Lil Cap had gone for the wall, he would have been safe from that ground pound. But
he might have been hit with a dare of some sort, I would guess.
Yeah, but it was like you could see that brief moment of hesitation. That's what's caused him. And Lil Cap saying, I'm going to wait for you with my American flag. Kostelix saying, I'm going to wait with you with my Canadian flag. Folks, let's get some patriotism here. Oh, Canada, my home and faithful land, true patriot love, and all thy sons command. America, America. Something. I'm American, and I don't even know my own national anthem. A shame. A shame. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which we stand, one nation, indivisible, under God, for liberty.
Well, that's the one thing that we all know. Pledge of Allegiance. That's
Pledge of Allegiance. But I mean, these players are refusing to engage. Folks, you're making our job real hard. Please engage.
I mean, we could just start singing the national anthem.
I don't know that our viewers would
say,
like
can
that,
you
though.
see by the stars early light?
Oh, say,
something.
Can you see
by the stars? Dawn's early night.
Dawn's early light. But
there we go. Now we got some gameplay.
Lil Cap saying, I'm done waiting for you. We're going to go into it. This is only match 1, and we have potentially 4 more games of this if this goes to a best of 5. Who knows how it's going to happen, though. And again,
Kostelix comes out really just
as soon as Lil... Oh, sorry, dude.
It's alright. But Kostelix is really taking advantage of that little island right there with the D-Sig and with literally just going all around.
I like the weapon throw.
But
Ooh. Weapon throw with the follow-ups there was nice. And you're going to put the first game into Cap's favor. This could be a long set of 5, folks.
Okay, so I'm actually going to be taking my leave here now.
Oh, Finch,
Yeah, I
thank
know.
you so much for casting with me. This has been a blast.
And
it's nice to
yeah, it
do
is.
this.
It has been a real blast. But I'll see you all later.
Great. Take care, folks. Tanarus, are you joining me? Hello. How are you doing here as we come into the second game?
That's been pretty. some really good
3,
matches going
2,
on so far.
1, brawl!
I would tend to agree, and I'm excited to see where this best of 5, this winner set takes us. You know, it's been kind of a interesting match already with kind of that patient play earlier, and that's what I'm going to refer to it from now on as that patient play. You know, you're both waiting, but again, first stock, a little aggression from both players. Kostelik still hanging back, waiting down. Nice choice in that down stick from Lil Cap. I like that Lil Cap is using that range that he has, and that side stick there for the edge guard. Although he does get caught in the recovery with the ground pound, it's not so good. Down stick comes out from Kostelik. Kostelik's looking real hard here to do some damage here, but if Little Cap is playing this game as carefully as he is right now, he's going to be in a good position. Although without the weapon against the Lance, you don't have the range options. It's not so good.
Yeah, liking seeing more weapons, less flags going on here. The Little Cap hitting that recovery, keeping the costs off the side of the Cosmic Bonbon, and starts lancing him right off the side of it himself.
Now, Kostelik's here using that horizontal momentum so well, and then again abusing the speed with which the ground pound the Lance has comes out. Lance has one of, I think, the second fastest ground pound animation in the game. Potentially something like that is what I heard. And it definitely feels like it comes out fast. And unfortunately for Little Cap right now, is Little Cap has to be aggressive here. Little Cap has to engage in order to even up the game. Otherwise, it's going to be very much Kostelik's favor. And this is not working out for Little Cap. Kostelik is just waiting for the attack and then punishing with the dare, punching with the Sair. The stomp into Sair doesn't work. I guess Kostelik's damage might be too high right there. It's a little insane. Although Kostelik does get dared into the sky. No follow-up there. That sidelight, no recovery, which is interesting because the recovery is true. The beautiful ground pound coming out from Little Cap evens the game up to 2 stocks, although Little Cap is damaged. A couple more attacks puts... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's kind of hurting. Just one more sig, one more good sig, like a side sig or neuter sig from Kostelik. We'll make it a very quick 2-1.
We did see a very nice dare into a ground pound, which didn't work out so well, but it's a nice little string that can work out for some early gimps if you're careful. If you're careful. And I think what Lil Cap needs to do, and I think what we'll see from Lil Cap more, is a little bit more of this weapon throw. Because when you get that weapon throw, you follow it with the chase dodge, and it gives you a little bit more aggressive capabilities against the patient playstyles. Unfortunately, that side stick gets punished by the Sair, putting Kostelik in a very comfortable lead at the moment.
Yeah, things are looking really good for Kostelik right now, and like you said, just that reactive playstyle where he just waits for a Little Cap to come in and then hits him with a down sig or something. It's gonna be tough for Little Cap to bring this back.
It works so well right now for Kostelik because that Lance has such a horizontal ability here. Although that down lane to Sair, followed by weapon throw, doesn't connect, but no follow-up there to Sair for the KO. Beautifully done by Little Cap, and Little Cap is not too damaged at the moment, so Little Cap has a really good chance here of turning the game around and making it work out in his favor.
Yeah, he just needs to be careful about his approach and stop getting hit by all those Sairs.
We nearly saw a game out there, just a lot of dares coming out, and it's good damage. Not enough damage. Nair comes out, downlight, side air. We've seen it a million times. We'll see it a million times more. It's like Mammoth Guard. It's just kind of the classic combo.
Cap's certainly putting damage on. He's nearly tied it up with the Kostelik.
That might KO. Not gonna get the KO.
No, he's right on the edge though, in more ways than one.
And what I've seen a lot of players do that I really like is they use the dare instead of their dodge to stop their momentum and to keep things going to Sair. Not gonna get the KO. But the weapon throw for the KO. Kostelik will take this.
Player 2 wins.
So we are 1-1, Little Captain Kostelik.
Whoa, and this is a best of 5. This is our winners finals at the moment, folks. So, get a little hype, get a little excited here because we don't know what we're going to see. What shenanigans, what bamboozles we will see. No Mammoth Fortress. I would love to see a little Thunder Guard. I think it would be cool. But no, Blackguard keep.
Stick with
Very
the
interesting.
Blackguard pick.
Now this is one that I'm not sure who it's going to benefit.
3,
You know,
2, 1,
I think with that
brawl.
horizontality, I think it's again Costelix is going to be kind of comfortable here because you have so much horizontal distance to use in this map. But I don't know.
Yeah, especially with the Lance, with all the horizontal, the Sares, the Dares, and especially that D-Sig that he's been taking full advantage of. Yeah, it's going to be pretty well in Costelix's favor, I think.
We just saw Lil Cap eat a very tip of a sidelight so he could dodge through the down sig that he knew was coming for the KO, and I think that's really cool. And I have to say, on the same sides, on the other side of the coin, Costelix has been really on point on that sidelight down sig little string, which I want to say, folks, take that, steal that for your own play. Sidelight down sig with Scarlet seems to be a pretty on point thing that's working out really well. The side sig does come out though for Lil Cap for non the KO. But, ooh, just misses the ground pound spacing just the tiniest little bit. Does hit the sword throw. Tries following up with the Sair. The Sair does not connect. Recovery comes out from Costelix. Costelix does connect with the recovery. But again, it's looking a little dire on this stock right now for Costelix. The Sair may be enough to get the KO. I don't know if Costelix has it. He needs to recover. Costelix denies the Sair. Or it might have been a recovery right there with a neutral air, which is beautifully done and allows Costelix to just get a little more damage here, making it look a lot more even. The recovery does catch onto Little Cap. Watch out. Costelix still has that recovery. Doesn't catch Little Cap. The ground pound, though, get punished. Will Little Cap be able to recover? Yes. But we'll get hit by that unarmed recovery. Damage is so even at the moment.
It's a good
There for
Sair
the
coming
KO.
out a little Cap there. Takes out Costelix's first stock. But yeah, with his stock being so deep in the red, it won't take much for Costelix to bring it back.
Well, what Costelix has in his favor, right, is that red. Is Costelix can bring that back. Costelix just needs to get a Sair, just needs to get a sidelight even, and it could get the kill. Again, I like that hammer choice, but I really feel like at this point the Lance has been more effective for Costelix than the hammer.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like you said, Costelix's entire game has basically been that Lance D-Sig. Just patiently waiting for the approach, using that to step back, and
Right there.
there's
Right
some
there,
more
the
Lance
si-
kills right there for him, yeah.
Right
He's
there.
going to stick with it.
I want to point out that Costelix had a really nice read there and set that up really well for that KO. Sair comes out, followed by the down sig. I would like someone go back to the VOD and count all the down sigs in this game from Lance players. It's going to be over 70. I bet you anything. But it's a lot. Maybe not 70, maybe like 30 or 40, but it's been a lot. I like the we saw Dare, Nair, Sair onto Costelix. Gets the damage fairly high, not for the KO, but the down sig. It just, even if it doesn't do too much damage, it stops you in your tracks, and the stun time allows Costelix to really get in there with a Sair. And the Sair, I think, has been Costelix's kind of motion of choice, right? That Dare following it up with the Sair. It has good force on it, even if it doesn't do too much damage, right? And that's what's getting him into that position for these KOs.
Yeah, and then there's the whole psychological effect too. Like, you gotta be getting frustrated after being hit by your 15th down sig. Like, that's gonna take anybody off.
Look at will fall out there, and you gotta be real. Costelix played that ground pound so perfectly. That was on the pixel edge of that ground pound radius, and that allowed him to get that KO. Costelix does a little bit like a revenge hit with that Sair just beforehand, but now in current time, real time, we do see that Nair come out from Little Cap for the KO, and we're seeing a fresh 1-to-1 stock at the moment, basically a match reset completely. Momentum is not in either player's favor at the moment, and it really could go either way. Little Cap getting a lot of early damage, Costelix catching it, trying to catch it with some Sairs of his own, but it's not, it's so even, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, it's pretty back and forth. Little Cap's doing a great job of, Costelix bumps his head, and that
Player
gives Little
one
Cap
wins.
game 3 there.
Which means that this could be the last game of our set. If Costelix does not win, if Lil Cap wins, then that means Lil Cap will move on to the grand finals. However, if Costelix wins, we will go to a best of 5. We will go to a 5th game. But who knows where it's going to go. This is game number 4, folks. Got a little bit of hype. We're not sure what it's going to see. Same legend picks from both characters. Same stances, same usual. We're seeing a little bit of Thunder God here too.
1,
All those little dots in the background, those are you guys screaming and shouting for the hype match that is Blazinator Winners Finals at the moment.
1v1 brawl.
Both of the
and
hammers.
we got frankly, I haven't seen either of these players in any of the Blazinator tournaments before, so I'm not sure what sort of past records they've got. These may very well be two new players here.
I know Kosalix, not personally, but I've seen Kosalix play before in some other tournaments and that sort of stuff. Lookat, I do not know, but I can, it's safe to guess that they're both strong players with strong technical abilities from how they played. Early KO from Little Cap right there, using the weapon throw and the ground pound very effectively to work it out.
Yeah, very nice. Then both players just kind of waiting for a second there. I wonder if Koslix is having some lag.
And it's a little patience. Again, as we're going back to this patience game, Kosalix is just jumping up and down. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Kosalix is...
I'm not sure if Koslix is having some trouble with his connection, and Cat was being nice enough to wait for him, but...
There's the wave. I guess we're back in. Maybe there's a little bit of lag. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. But the wave is a clear sign of, hey, we're good. Stomp into Sair. Followed by the neutral stick. Doesn't connect, but we do see a punish there with that sidelight into recovery from Kosalix, which is very, very close to true. It's like a one-frame dodge window, I believe. Depending on your decks, right? Depending on your decks. Always decks dependent. Sair onto Lookat. Lookat, though, still in a really comfortable position. Any damage Lookat can do here. Beautiful dodge. Doesn't follow up the stomp with anything. Goes for the down sig. And I'm not sure why he went for that down sig, but you know what? He's a better player than I, so I will not doubt his choices in this game. There's the recovery. Lookat will be able to recover to the middle here. He's gonna hit the weapon. Uses the dodge to get the wall touch, avoids that ground pound from Kosalix, which is so important. Kosalix here playing a dangerous game at the moment. There's the recovery, gets punished by a perfectly thrown hammer, putting Little Cap in a very solid definitive lead here. If Little Cap takes this, that's going to be into finals.
Yeah, that's especially with the way things are looking right now. Cap may end up winning the 3-stock here. Has he got Koslix's game plan all figured out?
I don't know about that. I think something's happened. Maybe Kosalix's connection is down, but the 3-stock I think is unlikely if he's getting hit by the Sairs. That weapon throw basically guarantees that there's not going to be a 3-stock. I like how he throws the weapon at the last call. If it hit, any little bit of damage helps. We'll see how it goes. I mean, right now Kosalix here does get dared, followed by the Nair. I don't even know whether there's a Nair or a neutral. They're basically the same. The recovery comes out. Kosalix catches the recovery onto Little Cap. Little Cap does get knocked by that neutral sig. Goes for the slide side sig, doesn't really do much, but opens. Maybe it was a bait to get Kosalix to be on that edge, so we go over the ground pound. The ground pound doesn't work out though, so it's not so good. There's the Sair with the weapon throw. We're gonna see a follow-up. The Sair, perfectly timed dodge from Kosalix. There's a clash there, a little bit in Kosalix's favor, so Kosalix is able to get that weapon, get back onto the platform. Barely misses that side sig. It was pixel perfect, and there's the ground pound from Little Cap. Little Cap will be our winner of our Blazinator League 9 winners match, and we'll go on to the grand finals. Kosalix will be down into the losers bracket, and we'll see where that goes in a couple of moments.
Yeah, that's certainly not the last we'll be seeing of Kosalix. I think with the winners final be done, we'll be moving on to the losers quarterfinals, where we've got we've got Chipotle and Dr. Faison, we've got Rigatoni, Ryan, and Atrophius.
Excellent. So as they join into our game here, we should be pretty on point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a pretty hype game.
That was pretty good. Yeah, it's again, the start kind of lagged a bit, but once Little Cat found his way into Koslix's play style, it looks like that was the turning point right there.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as our players get into our match here. It should be pretty exciting, folks. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream right now, the tournament. Big shout out to Blazinator right now for hosting not only a tournament tonight, but also basically weekly tournaments and running a what's essentially a league of their own. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing.
Well, they do quite a lot of stuff. It's pretty awesome that they can manage to keep on it for so long and for so much. I'm just getting what I think will be the next competitors in here ready. I believe we'll be looking at Chipotle and Dr. Faison once we can get them in.
Oh man, it is Saturday. It is Saturday night.
Well, Saturday night's alright for fighting.
Ooh. That was a pretty dope game, pretty on point game. I'm very excited at the moment. See this next game. Just waiting for our players to jump on in. I'm gonna take this moment. Tan, can you take over for a moment? I've been drinking a lot of water.
Yeah,
I'll be right
by all
back.
means, you go do what you gotta do.
I will. Oh, I will.
Yeah, for those of you tuning in right now, this is the Blazinator League 1v1 Brawl number 9. We're getting into the losers quarterfinals here, slowly but surely. I'm one of your casters tonight. I'm Tenaris, and I am joined tonight by none other than Toast himself. We're just trying to get the competitors in together, so we'll have some more games to show off to you. Well, we've got a Trophius in the room now. He's up against Rigatoni Ryan, or Macaroni Mary, however you want to call him.
All right, I'm back, folks.
Yeah, welcome
I am
back, sir.
back. And let's see what happens. I'm just waiting for our competitors to jump on in, and with any luck, they will be in here soon. I like to joke that one day I'm going to take a test on how fast I can speak. You know, the goal is to break the speed of sound at one day, faster than a jet.
To break the speed of sound with your voice. That's certainly a lofty goal there, sir.
That's the goal of my life. Oh man.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on right now. Basically, just looking for the looking for our competitors here.
And I'm not sure which one we're going to start with, but in the loser bracket, we're down at the losers quarterfinal right now. We'll be looking at either Chipotle and Dr. Faison or Rigatoni Ryan and Atrophius. Now, I know I've seen some of you guys in chat, so I know you guys are around. But we will be streaming. I'm looking at basically every other game leading up into the grand final. Now, I want to look at this projected to win bracket, and it adapts itself every time a match has been updated in their scores. And so now we're looking at this, and it looks like we're going to go to a grand final where Dr. Faison is going to take a little capped. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, we got Chipotle, Dr. Faison, Rigatoni Ryan, and Atrophius. Dr. Faison, or one of those 4 people in the losers semifinals, and we got losers finals as well. Looks like Dr. Faison has joined us, so we will be starting with Dr. Faison and Chipotle, if Chipotle can be found.
Otherwise, we may just end up DQing the 2 absentees and just go straight to Dr. Faison and Atrophius.
Yes.
But yeah, as always, we'll be patient. We'll give them the time they need to get in here, and we shall get things underway.
Speed of Light's coming up next, Note McDoug. Speed of Light is coming up next. Gotta break the speed of sound, Sonic style. Sonic Adventure 2 style. We're running around in the speed of sound, got nowhere to go to follow my rainbow. I mean, anyone, like, most classic game in the world.
Gotta talk fast.
Gotta talk fast. Exactly. Oh, my goodness. So, we'll see what happens. I hope we don't see any more DQs. We've seen a few DQs today, which is unfortunate. It happens sometimes, especially in there's been a lot of tournaments in the community lately, and that's something that I think is cool. is really cool. But I think sometimes we do see a lot of tournaments where these players try and play in as many tournaments as they can, and that can get exhausting, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Being in
and especially with the experience you've clearly got, like you just go and talk nonstop. That's gotta be real tiring.
yeah, it's got to be real tiring.
To say the least.
Oh man, I have to keep moving on. I can't stick around. Yeah, I mean, any part of a tournament, whether you're casting, hosting, tourning, playing, whatever you're doing, it is a process, and it does take quite a while. And that's just something to keep in mind. You know, it's a tricky thing that people do, and it takes time, it takes energy, and it takes passion because it's awesome. So it looks like we're giving our players another 5 minutes. It's 5 full minutes. So, folks, now is the time. Go get your popcorn. Go get your Scotch milk, your butterscotch. Go get your Dum Dum lollipops. Go get your bananas, your apples, your sundae splits, your salted caramel ice cream, your vanilla, your Rocky Road, whatever it is that makes you happy and fulfilled inside, whatever joy you get from food. Go make it now. 5 minutes is enough time to get up there and make a quesadilla. Yes, it'll just be a quesadilla with a tortilla and some cheese, but all you got to do is melt it. If you have some chicken in your fridge or some beans, throw that in there. It'll work out okay. Just put it on the stove. It takes 3 minutes at medium to high temperature, just to make sure you don't burn or make it too crunchy, because then it's no good. You slop a little bit of salsa on that, a little sour cream, a little bit of guacamole, and that's all you need to do. And that's what you can do. Take these 3 minutes, 4 minutes now, and go ahead and grab some food, or don't. Maybe you want to get some water. Maybe you want to get some water for adults. I don't know. It's all good. And I encourage you, as we get ready for these semi-finals, we'll do it. And it's very real that in 4 minutes, if no one shows, we will see another DQ. And that means we'll move on to either the second quarterfinals, or potentially, if we see 2 DQs, which would be very unfortunate, we would move on to our semifinals for the losers bracket. I don't really know. I'm just running my mouth right now. I'm saying what I think, and what I want to say is that thank you for being with us and hanging out with us for these last 3-ish hours, 2.5 hours right now. And we're looking forward to having you hopefully be here for a little bit longer. I mean, that's the right. You heard it right there. We love you guys. It's to the dream. We're looking at about 3 minutes left right now. And it's true, you know. Follow me, set me free, trust me, and we'll escape from the city. And it is just in the style of Sonic Adventure 2. And I'm not trying to create a meme right now, but it might seem like it. Chipotle has joined, which means we will see Dr. Faison versus Chipotle. I think the overlay will adapt in just a moment here to this game, but it looks like we are going to see one of our semifinals.
Perfect. Here we go.
Follow me, set me free, come with me and we'll escape to the city. I wanna know. Follow me. Anyways, folks, that's all I got for bad Sonic games. We're getting started. Blind picks are coming out, and we'll see where we go. Innovation and Monkey Squadron are our clans here. Both ones that have been around for a while, both ones that you probably heard about, and we are good to go. All right, folks, here we go. Game start. So we're seeing no Twilight, no King's Pass, no Blackguard, no Mammoth Fortress. It gives us 3 options here: Small Under Thunder Guard, Small Great Hall, or Shipwreck. Shipwreck. I like Shipwreck. Shipwreck has a lot of horizontal space. It's got a pretty wide, because the platform's so small, you have a lot of space to go flying out of, and that can be a really useful thing on the survival end of things. We're seeing that Koji from Chipotle that we've seen a lot before. Dr. Faison rocking a Val, one of the first Vals I think we've seen in this tournament, at least on stream. And I like that. Val is a very strong legend right now, one that a lot of people are using. And had you asked me when Val came out that this was going to be the case, I would have said no. But that's how it is now.
Alex, I think Val's biggest thing is her the signatures that adapt depending on where you use them.
And she's got a lot of sigs. Her side sigs on both weapons are on point. I'm seeing a very early, kind of very even stock right now from both legends. Slight lead for Dr. Phazon here, but again, this first game is always about learning your opponent. We did see a really nice grab cancel downlight into recovery there, and we saw again there, and we're gonna see maybe Chipotle get knocked off the edge. Dr. Phazon is such a strong lead at the moment. Does eat that side sig, but does get a punch there with a side air onto Chipotle. We're gonna see Chipotle recover. Beautiful weapon throw, and goes for that side stick. Gets punished by a neutral light from Chipotle. There's the downlight into recovery from Chipotle, doing a little bit of turnabout right there, saying, what you do, I can do better. And Dr. Phazon here without a weapon just charges a neutral heavy, getting the KO. Oh, man.
That's always a stylish finish right there.
It's the classic. People don't expect the charge ever, but when the charge works, it works. Dr. Phazon trying to get some early damage here, catches that dare, does get knocked out by a neutral light. But it's not going to do anything. There's the weapon throw. And they're coming out. There's the grab cancel the side light. Or it was actually a down light. But Chipotle playing a really beautiful play right there with the weapon throw. I don't know that Dr. Phazon was so close to recovering right there. He was beautiful using that horizontality of your side light to move and spacing out the jumps just so well. If Dr. Phazon was even a little bit earlier, he might have been able to get that wall touch before the ground pound came out. It's so good to see the use of that recovery. It's what I love seeing good players, is how they recover off the edge. And just like that, Chipotle has turned the game around and put out so much damage onto Dr. Phazon so early. The Sarah comes out. Downlight does not connect for him right there, but there's the Sarah again. Dr. Phazon gets knocked out by the Sarah, followed by a side sig. Dr. Phazon's weapon gets knocked out. Will be able to recover here, but will fall into the neutral sig. Not going to get the KO. Dr. Phazon has a jump and a dodge. Hits with a recovery there. Sometimes it's dangerous to go for the aggression, although the tip of that recovery from Chipotle will catch the KO onto Dr. Phazon. We're looking at a game where Dr. Phazon has a lot of ground to pull up because Chipotle barely took any damage on this stock so far. Down sig does connect for Dr. Phazon, but no follow-up, unfortunately.
Chipotle's really turned this game around here. It's a slow start, but now he's really just hitting Val around like some sort of soft beanbag or something.
Downlight into recovery right there. Dr. Phazon has so much ground to pick up, but he does get Chipotle into the red. Beautiful weapon throw there to deny the ground pound from Dr. Phazon. Neutral stick comes out. You can see a side stick, grab cancel side stick. What a perfectly timed dodge from Chipotle, though, to avoid that. And in fact, to get the punish with side light comes out, where we're going to see, neutral light. And there's a side stick. Dr. Phazon not doing what he's got to do, which is KO right now, and it's not happening. The neutral light, no punish. The side stick gets punished by the falling Sarah. There's the side light for the KO onto Chipotle. Add insult to injury with the weapon throw, just making sure that it's there, just to make sure. Dr. Phazon has a lot of ground to fill up. Will pick up that sword. Will actually get knocked down by the side light from Chipotle. Not like knocked out, but a lot of ground to pull up. Down. I love that. The grab cancel dare, grab cancel downlight into recovery is so good.
Dr. Phazon did a great job of keeping the weapons away from Chipotle. I say that as Chipotle grabs the bow there.
That's how it happens. This edge game is so dangerous, but you're playing against gauntlets, the double side air. When you see another one, the dare does not connect. The dare would have basically guaranteed the KO if it had connected, but it was a perfectly good dodge from Chipotle. And I mean, it's good. Chipotle catches the side stick for the KO. Gonna take the first game in our set.
Player one wins.
Dr. Phazon nearly brought that one back, but then almost looked like a lucky random side sig came out to finish the deal.
We're going to see, again, folks, interesting. Chipotle. Oh, okay, so I think they did that to change seating, potentially. This is a best of 3, correct?
I'm pretty sure it's a best of 3, yeah, because it's only the semifinals. Yeah. Yep.
So here we go, second game in our set here. Again, I like the blind pick, but I honestly don't think the blind pick is so important in tournaments, but that's just me. Call me old-fashioned.
One extra layer of mind games, I think. It's just to prevent counter picks and stuff. Though in Brawlhalla, I really counter picks are so few and far between. I hardly see them ever.
I mean, that's because any legend in this game can be competitive. We're seeing a little bit of time to decide between Small Great Hall, Shipwreck Falls, and Small Mammoth Fortress. I'm not sure where we're going to go. Likely Mammoth, right? That's the classic pick. I'm not sure, though. I mean,
we're probably going to go back to Shipwreck, but I guess we'll see. Oh.
No, Small Great Hall, and this is great. Those platforms make a total change with how ground pounds interact on this map, and that's something that is very hype.
Yeah.
Team Legends from both characters, both players,
So
rather.
to the greens and the Christmas.
Brawl.
It's theming, you know? He saw his opponent went that way, and so the other one went that way as well. Gonna go ahead and grab that early bow. Not really gonna do much with it, and Dr. Faison will grab those gauntlets. Goes for the dare. The gauntlet dare is a fat hitbox. It's got a wide hitbox, but and if you can hit it, you can do a lot of damage. The Sayer comes out. Ground pound not gonna connect. Sayer not gonna connect, and back on the wall here, playing against. I mean, even with a bow, playing air against gauntlets is it's a gamble every time.
Didn't even want to bother with the edge guard. He's just jumping right back up on the platform. He's like,
Down stick comes out, doesn't connect. Side stick, grab cancel side stick, perfectly timed. A little bit of a mind game play right there. It does connect with Chipotle. Chipotle gets knocked out by the Sayer, not out completely, catches the Sayer onto Dr. Faison, throws for the down stick. No, people don't use Koji's down stick enough. And the Sayer there, I think Dr. Faison will be a recover, but it's a close one. We saw the sidelight right there. No follow-up. Falls into Chipotle's neutral stick, but he does catch another grab cancel side stick. In fact, for the KO, beautifully done right there.
yeah, that's certainly not wasting an attack there. It's KOing him basically at the earliest opportunity. Some good efficiency there on Dr. Faison's part.
Now, Dr. Faison still has a lot of ground to, to go before, being in a position where he can say, I have this game, especially now that Chipotle has very comfortably right there taken that extra stock. And what I think happened was a little bit of mind game, Dr. Faison knew with some of those attacks, it would have given him a little bit of more vertical momentum, and Chipotle just did the right kind of mind game to avoid getting hit by them, forcing Dr. Faison to run out of jumps. We basically have a game reset where they're both at clean stocks. Chipotle with the weapon advantage at the moment. Dr. Faison catching that sword, goes for the dare, gets punished by the slide no downlight gonna connect though. Sidelight, dare does not connect. The spot dodge from Dr. Faison was good.
Beautiful bowstrings coming out of Chipotle, and especially with Koji's decks, the strings are just that little bit more effective. Very strange.
Chipotle runs out of jumps or lags or dropped input or something, but I love how that sig, I think it's the down sig from, it's either the down, no, it's the side sig because the down sig is the break dancing. It rolls up the wall when you hit it, and it's kind of insane. Chipotle does catch in there with a side heavy. It's not enough for the KO. I mean, damage is not high enough for the KO, and Dr. Faison gets in here very, very early on with it, those dares, and just the ground pound. There's the ground pound. We're going to see it again. Ground pound. That's a gimp. No, it's not. I called it too early. There's a ground pound with a weapon throw. That is a gimp. Dr. Faison will take the second match here. This is our losers. Is this still losers semifinals, right?
Yeah, this is still losers semis here, or losers quarters. Sorry,
losers quarters, right? So we are going to actually go to a best of three. Dr. Faison just took the second game. Whoever takes this game will advance on into the next bracket for the losers bracket words. Anyways, we're going to get right back into it. See what we're going to say. No King's Pass. No Great Hall. They're saying no, that was too much for a small Blackguard Keep. So that means probably Twilight or Mammoth. Sure. And just as I say that, we do see a character switch here from Dr. Faison, opting to go for that higher dex as opposed to higher speed on that Mordex. Interesting. Yeah, so you could say Mordex with more dex. You made the joke. Yeah, I was planning on making. I love it.
Went for the low branch there.
It doesn't matter. It's still there. So Dr. Faison catching in here with the the dare, followed by the neutral light. I worry. There's a side air. I worry here. Getting caught by that downlight into the recovery here is no good. The nair comes out from Dr. Faison. Beautifully done. Dr. Faison goes for the side stick, and we're going to see... I like that the gauntlet pick is still here, right? Val has gauntlets. It's the thing they have in common here. But with a grab cancel getting punished by the side stick, I mean, damage is rather high for Dr. Faison already. Dr. Faison does catch that nair, which is nice. Follows up with a recovery with a scythe, and this is what I'm interested to see, is how Dr. Faison handles that scythe. That recovery was enough to get the KO onto Chipotle. Chipotle down to 2 stocks. Dr. Faison here in a land where getting caught in too much attacks is not going to be so good.
He's sticking with his side though. It's I'm wondering if his opponent's lack of experience with the scythe.
I don't know about that. We did see Chipotle play against Scythe earlier, didn't we? And do so well.
Yeah, I mean, like against Dr. Phazon's scythe specifically. It's going to be a whole new thing to him. See if he can make the adjustments he needs.
I mean, it's working out. He nearly got the KO earlier, but right now Dr. Phazon is getting so much damage done out to Chipotle, and it's something to just worry about. The down stick will not KO. Dr. Phazon will live. Has a recovery. Got to watch out. Weapon throw. No recovery so good. And Chipotle reads the wrong way with that downlight. Although the recovery does catch the KO. That recovery is so good right now on sword.
Yeah, it really needed that buff. Like, what's the point? Because every other recovery can
KO.
except sword until now.
Ooh, side stick does not connect. It's very close though. And the game is so close, and Chipotle playing a really nice game, evening it up, being patient here with the sword, playing accurately here with the sword. There's the dare coming out. Dr. Phazon throws the down seg, which catches, and maybe not for the KO. Recovery is not in the right position. Chipotle was just above. Down seg comes out, doesn't connect. There's the dare with the directional input out to the right of the map. We see the recovery, and this might get the KO. I don't know if Chipotle got the wall touch. He did not get the wall touch, putting Dr. Phazon in a very, very good position here. Only in the orange. It's probably what, like 70 damage right now, and halfway to kill percentage.
He's doing a great job of staying real aggressive on Chipotle, staying right on him, staying just out of Sword's attack range.
It's
Scythe's very unique angles to keep on him without putting himself in too much danger.
It's the perfect positioning with Scythe is what we're seeing here, right? Is using those dares and those nairs to just outrange and outprioritize the sword. And there's the neutral stick comes out. It does land, doesn't get the KO. Grab cancel down stick is quite nice. The side stick there does connect, doesn't get the KO, and that recovery will KO. Means Dr. Phazon will be our winner and will proceed into the next round of the losers finals. Well done, well played. So this time, I do believe we're going to shift down to Rigatoni, Ryan, and Atrophius. Let's see if they're with us.
Well, it's looking, as per the chat here, Rigatoni Ryan looks like he's getting disqualified.
Unfortunately, that means, unfortunately for Rigatoni Ryan, who was in chat just a little while ago, actually, maybe about 20, 25 minutes ago, it does look like we're going to move on straight to Dr. Phazon and Atrophius, as long as Atrophius is with us. Dr. Phazon back in, and we're waiting on Atrophius. Let's see if he's here. You okay? Definitely sounds like you dropped your microphone or something.
Yeah, I wasn't actually planning on casting tonight, so right now I've just got my microphone sitting on a, basically a Coke bottle. It's, people were complaining that I'm too quiet, and I didn't really have much time to adjust, so this is keeping my mic close to my face without making any adjustments otherwise.
Classic. I love it. I love it.
So I'll just be
All
a
right.
sec here, sorry.
Oh, man. So we're getting in here, and I just want to point out as well that if you guys want a different angle and a little bit of different commentary, I know, you know, as much as I love the sound of my own voice, I know it sometimes can get tiring. I know Atrophius is also streaming right now and streaming his perspective on the tournament. I think that could be a cool thing to check out at some point, too, if you guys haven't already.
Excuse me.
Bless you. You're all good. But we're going to jump right on into it. Mammoth, Great Hauler, Shipwreck. Last time I said Mammoth, right? And it was Shipwreck. What if I say Shipwreck this time? It's Mammoth. The double Mordex, one with more defense and one with more decks. Hey.
3,
Not
2,
gonna lie, I like those
1,
boxing gloves on the Mordex. It's sort of a mix between the feral and the modern.
That's a good way to put it.
Something juxtaposition. I'm trying to be too fancy here.
It's okay. Fancy is like all I do. Right now, I mean, very, very even game here. Atrophius does catch that side light. Light comes out, doesn't connect. Side air comes out from Dr. Phazon, and ground pound does not connect. Side sig does not connect from Atrophius. Side down. Ground pound from Dr. Phazon not going to connect. Playing down here on the edge. This is pretty close at the moment. I mean, damage is basically just, it is even. It is what I would call even.
Just dancing outside of each other's ranges because it's the same character. They know what they can hit. Ooh. He's a bit too late with that last jump and dodge and recovery there. Ends up losing his stock much earlier than he should have.
But again, first game, and well, because of the way that worked, this is our losers semi-final. So it's still a best of 3, but I mean, it's on the line right now. This is on the line.
Winner moves on, loser goes home.
Go home, spammer. No, I'm joking. Trophies here doing a really nice job of not taking too much damage and effectively using the site that recovery a little too high. Nair comes out, does not connect. Downsig by downsig I mean sidesig does not connect there. And now that Dr. Phazon has these golems, the Atrophius is in a very dangerous position. There's the DI right there, and by DI I mean directional. So Atrophius has no recovery right there, and we're looking at a potential 3-stock onto Atrophius, although I expect Atrophius will be able to knock out Dr. Phazon here. The damage is so high. There's the Nair coming out. He really just does, it's a sneeze away. Gonna save your day, aka Superman's got nothing on me. There's a Sire coming out. Oh, the ground pound. Oh, ground pound. Ground pound. The weapon throw comes out. Dr. Phazon will recover to the wall. Nair comes out, not going to connect. Trophy is really looking for this KO right now. Tries catching that downlight, not going to connect. Trophy just can't hit Dr. Phazon. Dr. Phazon is too slippery. The side stick comes out. With the weapon throw, Atrophius will be able to recover here. They're coming out, not going to really do anything. Atrophius really needs this KO. This might be it. Oh, no. Side doesn't get punished. There's the ground pound underneath the platform. Real fish for, but when you charge that slide down sig, slide side sig, it's not so good, but Atrophius has so much damage on him right now. He has so much ground to come up and pull. If you can get a Gimp here, or if you can just play smart and take no damage, that charge Nair from Dr. Phazon was so dangerous because it does move you up and it does move you back. Dr. Phazon catches the Nair, not enough for the KO. Atrophius is doing good work here trying to get damage. I think the Scythe is the right choice. There's the Dare coming out. If he can just keep approaching with Dares and Nairs, I think he'll be in a really good position. Downlight, tries following up, does follow it up, misses the Nair. Well, not really misses, the dodge window big enough for Dr. Phazon to dodge out of it. Sidesig, I keep getting this mixed up. And there comes out. Atrophy is doing so good right now with his damage. Sidesig not going to get the edge guard that he wants. Oh, and he cancels out Dr. Phazon Sig right there. Beautifully timed. So close to getting knocked out right there. You watch out, the downlight doesn't connect. Sidelight doesn't connect. The downlight does connect. And there's the Sair, not going to get the KO. But on the edge, you got to watch out for the recovery. There's the grab, cancel, neutral sig. Not enough. He throws the weapon, goes for the gauntlets. Ops knows he's doing well. Catches the side stick for the KO. That's beautiful. Atrophy is playing perfectly right now to turn this game back around.
Yeah, Phazon held on to that first stock for so long, did so well with it. Now Atrophius is showing off, hey, I can do that too. I'm gonna sit on this last stock and not let you kill me.
I mean, it's pretty intense. It's pretty on point.
Yeah, and sure, Atrophius is one sig away, but the problem is Dr. Phazon's got to land it.
And I mean, Atrophius has just been on point, and that sig will do it, putting Dr. Phazon in the lead right now, up 1 game. But you know what? I gotta say, Atrophius really turned that around, and if Atrophius plays that well on the next match, it would not be surprising if he can take it, if he takes it with it.
Yeah, like with the back and forth these two guys had, either player could take it easily. Atrophius could knock out Phazon the second game, and then we'll have a super hype third game.
Pipe.
Raise the roof.
Oh man.
Back to Mammoth. Phazon switching over to Lucian, losing 1 move speed for his force, which I think is pretty standard Lucian fare.
It is pretty standard Lucian fare. I would agree with you. We'll see how this happens. And I love how Mordex's skin here makes him look like a dragon. It almost makes him look like a Ragnar. Ragnar.
Yeah, kinda. I can see that.
I like this. I like the Kadar pick from Dr. Phazon. I think proper use of Nairs, especially with the Kadars, they come out quick pretty fast, and they're a really good spacing tool. I once played a match where someone beat me only using Nairs. It was pretty wild. But we do see Atrophies again abusing kind of the ability with the scythe. Even this game being as even as it is, no follow up on the neutral light from Dr. Phazon. like the weapon switch to the guns. I think guns are in a good place right now.
Yeah, that's the neat thing about guns and Scythe is that, well, Scythe has a slight dead spot as well, especially with like that, and it, they really take out some options. They basically need to hit each other at the same range.
We did see a really beautiful string a little earlier from Atrophius with that scythe, and there's the Sig not for the KO. The dodge stops Dr. Phazon's momentum. I think he would have survived without it, but anyways, it's not bad to be careful. No follow-up there on the punish right there on the down stick. Beautifully timed. It was a little bit sooner, and it might have actually knocked into Atrophius, which would have been bad. We'll see how it goes. There's the down stick coming out for Dr. Phazon. Doesn't connect. Neutral stick comes out. And by down stick, I meant side stick. Recovery comes out. Recovery would KO. Basically anything at this point would KO. But again, Atrophius getting another one of these beautiful sight strings that just never end. Gets Dr. Phazon off the edge, and there's the side stick for the KO.
Nice. So it's 2-2. It's a bit closer than the first game for sure. Dr. Phazon's got a big life deficit to work off. Yeah, it's still relatively close here.
And it's interesting, Dr. Phazon does opt to change Legend here, because he did well last game with his own Mordex. But it is working out relatively in his favor, and I say that, and by that I mean it's a very even game at the moment. There's the Dare coming out. Dare, no follow up with the Dare, trying to follow up with the recovery, but it doesn't work out for him.
Yes, for that life deficit, it's Dr. Phazon basically evened it right up now, and he's even up with that GCD light.
Followed with an X pivot that was kind of on point. Oh my god, and there's the down sig again. Dr. Phazon catches the grab cancel side sig for the KO onto Atrophius. Dr. Phazon playing a really smart game at the moment. If you can keep this lead, keep playing the way he's doing with the spacing on the guns that allows him to catch these plays, he'll be able to take this and move on into the losers finals.
Yeah, it's a very good choice for Dr. Phazon, I think. Just keeping the Atrophius guessing with his guns there.
There's the Dare. We're going to see a follow from Atrophius. Atrophius has a recovery right there, which is perfectly timed. Dr. Phazon might not be able to recover here. Should have a recovery still? Nope. No recovery. He used that earlier. And this puts basically to a match reset, essentially, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you look at the damage on Atrophius, it's negligible. It's like 10 damage. And
now it's evened up again, just like that.
And even to the point where Atrophius has the damage lead at the moment. There's the Dare coming out from Dr. Phazon. Atrophius here knows he's got to play careful. Gets caught by the grab cancel downlight. Again, no follow-up, but every little piece of damage here. Neutral stick comes out, doesn't get punished, but it's close. There's the side light, gonna see punish. No, he expects the Nair to be inside, but Dr. Phazon dodges to the outside here. Nice punish on the grab cancel there. Dr. Phazon really likes using these grab cancel downlights, and they're pretty effective for the most part, but occasionally they do get him punished. The Dare comes out. He almost went for a side sig there. It nearly worked out the neutral sig. Knocks the weapon out and does good damage there, but it's still a neck-and-neck game. At this point, 1-to-1 stock. It could really go either way. The recovery from Dr. Phazon gets the KO. Dr. Phazon will move on to fight Kosalix in our losers finals, which will be a best of 5. Good game, some good stuff right there. Let's do it. Kosalix is already ready to go.
Yeah, he's not wasting any time here. He's just getting right in there and making it happen.
Woo. Let's do it, folks. This is our losers finals. This is a best of 5. The winner of this will go up to fight Lil Capped. Now, it'll be very interesting to see if Kosalix takes this. Then we'll see a rematch of the winners finals for the grand finals. If Atrophius takes this, I don't believe Atrophius faced Lil Capped at all. So we'll see a brand new matchup, fresh faces, fresh for each other at least, and that could be an interesting matchup as well.
Yeah, I'll have a quick look here through the losers brackets. Atrophius had to beat Call 32, and he was beaten. Yeah, Atrophius was actually sent to losers bracket by Little Capped.
So there we go. So either way, we're seeing a rematch from earlier on. I love seeing this. Sometimes it's weird how it works. Kosalix rocking that Scarlet as usual, and we're seeing Dr. Phazon with a Lord, and by Lord, I mean Lord Rax. The one and only. I love this. I've just recently switched to playing Lord Rax myself, and I think he's a great legend. The guns and the lance work out really well in his kit, and I'm loving Loving. Very interesting to see what he does here. Although Kozilek's able to do a little more damage early on with that hammer. I was wrong. This is an Orion. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I saw the antennas and I was like, you were just there. You were waiting. You were like, how long is he gonna go? How long is he gonna call Orion Lord Rax? This fool. It's every time I see this skin, I'm like, this looks like Lord Rax to me, and it's Orion. It freaks me out. Anyways.
I don't blame you. Yeah, especially because he picked up the lance first.
Especially because he picked the lance first. Anyways, he's been really, really effective immediately with the spear. I think that's a good choice for him. That side stick gets punched by the down stick. Again, count the down sticks in this tournament. It's going to be very high from the Scarlet players. The Nair coming out. Gets knocked out by the Nair of Kozilek's own. No Dare coming out, but then there's the sidelight. No follow-up. Weapon throw. Picks it back up. Sair comes out, not going to connect. Sair does connect there. We're going to see follow-up. Weapon throw. Doesn't connect, but he catches the unarmed recovery right there. Has the lance, goes for the Sair. Sair does not connect. Kozilek's waiting with a spot dodge, but the grab cancel side stick so close to hitting him, but Kozilek survives. It doesn't get hit by that. The dodge so perfectly timed for him. Ooh, there's the Sair. Dude, the falling, this back and forth, man. Weapon throw, nice, is smart. And the Sair comes out. Kozilek does catch his own Sair. The ground pound. Dr. Phazon will get the weapon throw right there, and will catch the ground pound for the KO. That was a really nice turnaround. Kozilek trying to push the advantage there, and overextends himself just a little bit. And Dr. Phazon playing that in the most perfect way to allow him to not only survive, but to allow that survival to become a KO. Downstick again coming out from Kozilek's Dr. Phazon here. I so nervous for him right now. His damage is so high. Nair into recovery, catches it, picks up this lance, catches the side stick just a little bit there, and already trying to get him. Downstick does not connect for Kozilek. The Dare does connect though. Kozilek here throws out the recovery. We're seeing Dr. Phazon catch the Dare. And Dr. Phazon punishes the sidelight with a side stick of his own, and the classic dunk. Not going to connect, but you know, the dunk has gotten many KOs, and oh, the dunk there on the edge, almost catching it there, but will live. The downstick, grab cancel downstick doesn't KO Kozilek, but look at the damage right now for Kozilek. It's very high. There would do it, and Kozilek doesn't get the wall touch or falls out. I'm not really sure, but that's going to be KO. Right now, like Dr. Phazon.
Looked like he bumped his head right on the ground there.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. And Dr.
Good side air coming out of Kozilek, takes the stock. This is 2-1. Well, life is white. Dr. Phazon does have a stock advantage, so it's going to Kozilek to come back here.
But again, we're seeing Kozilek, the classic, let me use a lot of down six style that works out so well for him. Catches that Sair, punching the Sair from Dr. Phazon. Dr. Phazon here where the spear gets caught in the recovery. Throws the weapon. I'm not sure that's a... Oh, manages to pick it up before it vanishes. It catches the sidelight. The dunk. And we saw him go for a Nair there. The animation just started and he got knocked out of it just before it started, which is actually kind of insane when you consider the timing of that. The Nairs with Spear are so good. Kozilek goes to the recovery. Nair coming up from Dr. Phazon, trying to outspace him here. Not working at Kozilek, runs out of jumps, falls off the wedge, and that's going to be a KO. Dr. Phazon will take it. That could have very well been a little bit of lag, but you know, sometimes that happens. It's just unfortunate.
It's that dodge came out a bit too late again. I think Kozilek could have touched the wall, or even at least saired over to it with that lance of his. But unfortunately, yeah, he didn't connect, and Phazon takes game 1 there from him.
So we are seeing here, Kozilek is saying that there's a little bit of lag there. It is unfortunate, but I believe that game was far enough along that even with lag, you cannot call for a redo. But again, Blazinator, League, you let me know what you want, and I will support you. We're back on Shipwreck.
1, Brawl.
Same over. All right, excellent. Same choice of Orion from Dr. Phazon, which is nice. Kozilek, again, so comfortable with this lance and so effective with this lance. Again, you play that patient style, you catch those down stakes, you just rack up the damage, and then you follow through, and it's beautifully done. Dare comes up for Dr. Phazon, does connect. No follow-up, though. Dare, no good. Side light. Side air, gonna punish. Dr. Phazon on the edge here, does not get ground pounded. That ground pound comes out so fast. The Dare from Dr. Phazon with the weapon throw. Doesn't get the gameplay he's looking for, but does give a little bit of damage and a little bit of momentum for Dr. Phazon, although without the weapon here on the edge. Opts to go for the Sair, unarmed Sair. Goes for the dunk, and the timing is so perfect. Kozilek's right there, timing that recovery just perfectly to punish the dunk, and space so perfectly to punish the dunk right there. Dr. Phazon goes to the side stick, does not connect. There's the Sair coming out, does not connect. Nair coming out. It's just a game of spacing right now. Who's going to get who first? It's so close, these stocks. Sair comes out, not going to punch the side stick from Dr. Phazon. Grab cancel down lane. Very good. There's the side stick, knocks the lance out of Kozilek. We're going to see a down stick get punched by the recovery. Down stick get punched by a Sair. Falling Sair from the hammer from Kozilek. Kozilek's turning this game around. Damage is so high for both players. Both of them in a place to kill. A Sair will kill.
Yeah, it's players have switched, it looks like, from their main weapons. Kozlik's on his hammer particularly. Phazon's been doing a great job of keeping Kozlik's D-Sigs from doing much of anything. Fantastic weapon drop though. Takes out Dr. Phazon's first stock, prevents him from getting up on the wall there.
It's so good with Lance because it's so long. It really covers so much of that recovery, especially if you throw it at the right time. And that's exactly what we just saw Kozlik do. Dr. Phazon tries to catch him the Sair for the KO. A Sair will KO at this damage on Kozlik, but Kozlik saying no, no, no. And Kozlik here has no need to push the advantage, right? Up the stock, more damage. Dr. Phazon really needs to make this happen. Sideline to side air doesn't work, but the falling Sair does catch it there to even this up.
Yeah, Kozlik, I think he's recognizing that Dr. Phazon has basically neutered his down signal. So even when he got it there, he didn't throw any of them out there. It's just a very keep away game.
Beautiful nair coming out there from Dr. Phazon. Again, keeping Kozlik out to the edge. The dunk does connect. The weapon throw does connect, and there's no wall touch. That's it. Kozlik, that's a gimp. That's as kind of classic as they go. Beautiful. The spear there, it's like the hammer recovery is that it's just if you're below, you got to be so careful because it comes out really fast and it can come out multiple times, and that's enough to knock jumps out of you for the KO. Kozlik though saying, I know I got to turn this around, and getting in there with that scythe. And by scythe, I mean Lance. Down sig comes out. Nair falling, Nair, just grounded Nair basically does connect. Sair coming out, not going to connect. But, Kozlik has gotten Dr. Phazon into kind of that high red damage, that side stick helping him out, the down stick helping him out. But Dr. Phazon does catch a sidelight into downlight, into a Nair, which does do so much damage. Falls it with a falling Sair, unarmed. Gonna catch it, Lance, go for the side stick. Ground pound, Kozlik does not recover. Dr. Phazon will take the second game.
Wins.
This is best of 5. Woo!
Yeah,
We're
just gonna go right off to it. Number 3.
Number 3 is Shipwreck one more time. We are loving Shipwreck, and you know what? It is. I hesitate to make this comparison because I don't like making this comparison, but it is a little Final Destination-y. We are seeing Kozlik though switch for the first time this entire tournament.
He's pulling out his Mordex. We'll have to see. Does this also mean a change of playstyle from him, or will we see a lot of that keep away?
I don't know.
With his Scarlet.
I really don't know, but we're seeing what's happening right now, and early on, it's like a new legend. It's basically like playing a new player almost in some aspects because you don't know what they're gonna do with that scythe. Although the dunk happens, the weapon throw doesn't connect, but the ground pound does. No dare. Kozlik was in a very good position there, potentially to turn it around with those gauntlets, right, and bring it out into a gimp, but it doesn't work out that well for him. And Kozlik with his gauntlets can really just do so much if he's able to catch the gimp.
Phazon just remaining so aggressive, but not really giving Kozlik a chance to turn it around. He's taking hits left and right. But Kozlik with his side is starting to put in some work.
And Kozlik, yeah, with that scythe, is looking to be able to turn this around. Dr. Phazon saying, I have the scythe, and hopefully, Dr. Phazon saying, I have this lance, hopefully I can outrange you with that lance, but Kozlik is being able to not only do that, but very effectively even up the damage. The side stick will barely get the KO right there. You could see the animation start to turn just at the end there, a little bit earlier, a couple frames earlier, and I think Kozlik would have survived there. As it is, Dr. Phazon is in a very good position for Kozlik to come in here with any kind of sig, any kind of side light for the KO. That nearly did it.
Yeah, at this point, Dr. Phazon just wants to do whatever damage he can get, make that stock last as long as he can. Unfortunately, he didn't let it last longer than he could have, but no worries, we're 2-2.
Keep in mind that if Dr. Phazon wins this will allow Dr. Phazon to go into the grand finals, right? Kozlik wins this. Kozlik has to win 3 games in a row to turn this around. The dunk, nicely timed right. I don't know if that was intentional, but does punish Kozlik's sig right there. Side sig not going to get punished. Kozlik does go for that there though. Ooh, nice punish from Dr. Phazon. Reading through that sig, goes to the dodge through. Down sig not going to connect. There's the side light. Oh, followed by the recovery, knocks the scythe out. This is huge advantage for Dr. Phazon, who actually is able to catch the side sig for the KO onto Kozlik.
Yeah, fantastic dodge read there with that recovery. Just set Kozlik basically anything Dr. says on that.
Oh my goodness.
There's his lance. See where he goes with that. Kozlik is playing a bit of keep away. He's had his phase on sticking on him.
Side air comes out, little boop. We see another dare. Ooh, Dr. Faison has to recover. Koslik runs out of jumps, and that's game. Dr. Faison will advance onto our grand finals to face up against the one and only Lil Capped. And I think we're ready to jump right on into it. Good game. Well played by Koslik. I think Koslik's played a very strong game. It's just very unfortunate that the jump happened, and I believe Koslik has said, was saying that there was a little bit of lag there, which is really unfortunately. But that's just how it goes from time to time. So we are coming in to our grand finals right now. Projected to win is Dr. Faison, but Little Capped only has to win 3 games in a row, and that's all it takes to win. So we are getting ready at the moment for Lil Cap to win. Lil Cap to win. Lil Cap to join on in is what I tried to say. Sometimes words are hard for me to say, folks. And if it happens, we'll have our grand final.
Yeah, we'll see where he's wandered off to here.
Well, yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out here soon.
Yeah, it seemed kind of silly to make it all the way to grand finals and then just disappear.
Yeah. As we're waiting for this grand finals to work out, I got to do my my diligent duty as a caster right now on Blazinator, folks. Blazinator is entirely community run, and they do put on weekly tournaments, and most of them are streamed. They have their own league that they run, and as is often the case with volunteer-run community things like this, they like to give back to the community as much as they want. And I believe they have a policy where any donation they get goes towards prize pools. So if you're so inclined, give them a little tip. I think it's kind of cool that they do these monthly tournaments, or weekly tournaments, rather. But as it is, we're getting into our game. Our game has started. Dr. Faison, Little Capped. Here we go. We're seeing the Boudoir from Little Capped that we've seen before. And Dr. Faison rocking this Orion that we know he has been able to just destroy
3, 2,
with.
1, Brawl!
Just absolutely destroy. And let's just see how it goes. I mean, game start already. We're seeing a very even approach. Although Little Capped using that hammer effectively, Dr. Faison catches the dare into the neutral light. And there's the recovery. Sayer comes out for Little Cap.
He's gonna get phase on off the side there as much as he can.
Sayer comes out. Grandpa comes out. This is our grand finals right now. Downline Sayer coming out from Lil Cap. Lil Cap looks to get this KO here as best as he can. Downline into Sayer. You can see a ground pound. A ground pound comes out a little early. Dr. Faison is able to recover, throws out that down sig dot. Just a little too early. The clash from the side sigs from both of them allows Dr. Faison to survive. Dr. Faison really riding this edge right now, trying to bait out Little Cap to the edge. Goes for the dunk. Actually catches the dunk. That's insane. Well done. And the side sig comes out to connect to Lil Cap. We're going to see a Sayer coming out. Lil Cap on the edge. Ooh, catches the Sayer just before the Sayer catches Lil Cap. And Dr. Faison has to bring this back. Dr. Faison runs out of jumps. There's a little bit of wonky edge play right there. And Little Cap will take the first stock.
Yeah, not sure again what happened to Faison there. He had the jumps, he had the recovery. The dodge might have been a bit too late, but that's been happening quite a bit for whatever reason.
The side light comes out unarmed. Oh, look at that setup for the egg drop. It doesn't work out, but it's so close. The side edge guard from Cap's gonna do good damage. Goes for it again. Doesn't connect. The stomp into side light is true, and the ground pound for the KO. Little Cap, a 2-stock lead at the moment right now, and gonna go ahead and pick up the sword. Dr. Faison has ground to pick up. Of course, Little Cap is like, a Sayer away, a Nair away from a KO. The stomp denies the Sayer. Oh, beautiful play, and the Sayer will absolutely catch the KO right there. Dr. Faison has a whole stock basically a whole fresh 2 stocks to turn around if he wants to take this game. It could happen. This down stick comes out. Down stick with Orion is real good. But it's very real that Dr. Phazon's pick here with the Orion, while it was so good against Costelix, might not be so good against Lil Cap. And Dr. Phazon looked to be able to recover from that, but moves to the right maybe.
He was peace out. Screw that.
And we're jumping right on into our next game. There's no break here, folks. This is our grand finals. It is hype as heck. And we are on small grade hall at the moment. Dr. Phazon does indeed switch up to Nyx with the extra defense, which is crazy. That extra defense is going to really help him out. 8 defense is nothing to scoff at. And you still have that gun pick. Well, you have actually totally different weapons. Guns and Scythe is nothing that we have seen with Orion, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe Dr. Phazon will be able to adjust really well with this, maybe not, but we'll find out right now. I mean, Dr. Phazon does catch that early damage, although we are seeing Lil Cap be very effective here with that hammer already. The side Sig Egg Guard not going to connect, but stomp into sides. Same thing we saw in the last game, right? Stomp into side light, into a ground pound immediately on the edge. It does connect really well. It catches Dr. Phazon both times. Side light into side Sig. Dr. Phazon just a little bit delayed in reacting there. Down light into Sair. Knocks Dr. Phazon off to the edge. Dr. Phazon looks for the dare into the wall, goes for the down ground pound. Dr. Phazon will recover to the other side of the platform, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, Cap has been doing some fantastic work with his edge guard with the hammers absolutely on point. And he's just using the sword for all his stage stuff. The damage. It's been a really great strategy for him.
Nairs do come out right there. We're looking, I mean, Lil Cap is looking for the KO and does catch it there with the Nair. Right now we are seeing that Dr. Phazon has some ground to pull up here because Lil Cap is only 60-70 damage here. Not quite in the red, not too far away from him, but not in the kill zone. Beautiful charge and sig that Lil Cap does jump into, does dodge through the side sig. Oh, Dr. Phazon, beautiful nair right there. Lil Cap will recover here, will dodge up and try to edge guard here with that weapon, but not gonna really work in denying Dr. Phazon the guns. Dr. Phazon goes for a really deep ground pound. Goes for it again. We'll catch the recovery, denying the ground pound from Lil Cap. But Lil Cap, again, doing this damage here onto Dr. Phazon that you can't afford. The dare might actually get the KO. No, he does get the wall touch. The dare, again, he did have a wall touch. He should have a dodge back. And Shadow Realmed, as people like to call it from time to time, that neutral sig does catch the KO. The grab cancel neutral sig for the beautiful. Like, that's what the sig was built for, was that kind of edge guard.
Shadow Realm, huh?
Yeah, it's, yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Stomp into Sair. Lil Cap really trying to keep this lead, trying really hard to get this KO. Picks up that sword, goes for a side air, but gets punished by Dr. Phazon's side air, who is able to follow up into neutral light into a nair. Catches the dare, doing so much damage with these guns right now to Lil Cap. And you have to think that the damage, or rather the defense he has right now is helping him out so much. Stomp, not gonna work. The guy does dodge through. There's the recovery. Does not get the KO, but the damage is so even at this point. Sair, not really where you want to be. Nair, not gonna connect. And Lil Cap is being aggressive. Knows he can get this KO if he's careful. Oh, the Sair against the platform for the KO. Beautifully done. But for all of that, Lil Cap is not in a safe position by any means on this stock.
So he's just got to, again, take advantage of the fact that he's got to stock up, just do whatever damage he can.
And that damage is nothing, essentially.
Yeah.
Just like that, we're seeing Dr. Phazon even it up. Dr. Phazon could take this game. If Lil Cap takes it, Lil Cap will be in a position. The deep ground pound, beautifully done. Again with the ground pound. Ground pound second. This one doesn't connect. Lil Cap gonna recover to the other side. Dr. Phazon will also get the wall touch. That could have been the end right there, but it wasn't. This game is fairly very close. The dare does connect out. Followed up with a recovery. That was beautifully executed right there. I don't think it's true, but I think the dodge window is very small in a move like that. There's the Sair. Followed by a weapon throw, forces out the dodge from Dr. Phazon, but no follow-up from Lil Cap. Lil Cap picks up the hammer, goes for the Sair, goes for the stomp. We're going to see a neutral light, not going to connect. Gets caught in the dare. Got to watch out for those dares. Another dare recovery might be enough to really get you in a bad position, but the stomp Sair not KOing, but look at Dr. Phazon's damage. It's so high. This might do it. The weapon throw doesn't connect. It looks like it would be close. And the ground pound Dr. Phazon does not have what it takes to recover. Right now, we're looking at Lil Cap taking the second game. This brings us to our match game.
Yeah, not just
If this
match
next game,
but it's a tournament game. Oh,
ooh, Dr. Faison has left. Oh, maybe some weird thing again with seating. I don't really know. But either way, folks, this could be the last game we see. Hype it up. Hype. Woo, woo. Yeah, I love it. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so with a little bit of luck here, we'll see what happens. Nightbot is running rampant right now in chat. Just people are putting in emotes and caps, and Nightbot is like, no, you don't get to have excitement for this last game. You don't get to hype up.
people are a little too hype, I think.
No, I think Nightbot on the default settings is very strict, and if you do like more than 3 caps in a row, it's like, no, you can't do this. You've been timed out for like 6 minutes, which is kind of brutal. We are on Small King's Pass, though, and Dr. Faison has switched out to Ada with the extra defense. I love this Ada pick, and it would, honestly, like, probably the coolest Ada skin there is.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Lil Cap's so comfortable with his Bodvar choice, with his Bodvar pick, just being like, I love it. I love Bodvar.
So let's see if Dr. Faison can make it.
I mean, unarmed already, Lil Cap has been able to do so much damage. He hasn't been hit yet, and he's gotten Dr. Faison nearly into the red. Gets punished for throwing that neutral sig with a dare. Second dare comes out there. No follow-up, though, from Dr. Faison. Dr. Faison tries to position here, managed to dodge out of the stomp side air, which is really, really good for him because that would have done a lot of damage. The dare comes out. He's really doing a nice job of evening up the damage here. Dr. Faison does drop down. The weapon throw doesn't connect. The ground pound doesn't connect. Lil Cap choosing to recover over here. The slide, the down air, man, was so good. The Denner has so much force on it now. It can really be a strong KO move. There we go. There's a nair. We did see Lil Cap knock that weapon out. Dr. Faison with that weapon. Down light into ground pound. Beautifully done. Very well timed. And the weapon throw off the wall was still active, was still live for the KO right now. Lil Cap in a fairly tenuous lead. Honestly, damage is rather high. There's stomp, no follow-up from the stomp. Sometimes I think you throw out the stomp and you don't think it's going to happen. At least that's what happens to me, and that's why there's no follow-up. Down 6.
Sometimes you want to make that dodge read and get even more damage than what you could with just a support or whatever.
This is true. We did just see a really nice neutral sig for the KO onto Lil Cap. I don't know if the Lil Cap wouldn't recover even with that dare had that dare not hit, but the dare did hit for the KO. There comes out. We're seeing Dr. Faison throw a nice choice on those edge guard choices, right? That down light does connect. Do see an attempt at the X pivot, which does succeed, although Lil Cap does dodge through it.
Lots of great movement coming from Dr. Faison there. It's a lot of weird combos you don't really get to see anywhere else.
That's true. And just like that, Dr. Faison has turned this game around to be in his favor. Downlight into Sair is true. And it does connect the dare right there. I mean, damage right now on Lil Cap is really high. Lil Cap doesn't have to do much with the hammer. Their stomp into dare is good, but, and that's the pleasure of hammer, is that you do a lot of damage when you do hit. Sair does connect, the weapon throw doesn't connect, the ground pound is so close, and Lil Cap taking the safe route out to the middle to recover and dodges through the slide down heavy, unarmed slide down heavy, which would have KO'd. The Sair comes out. Dr. Faison with a very confusing movement pattern. Catch the recovery. Even if you were to take the KO right now, and you're for either player, you're so damaged. So Dr. Faison takes the lead here, but is quite damaged with 4 defense. It might not let Dr. Faison do too much, but with those guns, you catch a couple dares, you do so much damage so quickly. And if you can just get a little bit of damage here, you'll be in a really good position. But he doesn't. The Nair comes out way too soon, and we have fresh stocks 1-1, Dr. Faison and Lil Cap at the moment.
Faison's got to be worried here. If he loses this stock, that's it. A little bit on the wall there, but Little catches him on the way back and starts swinging those swords like crazy.
And right now, Dr. Faison has to do some damage here. Lil Cap is too much in the lead, and this is what he needs to do. He needs to even this up. The damage is still in the lead of Lil Cap, and Lil Cap has that extra defense to just help him out. Dr. Faison here, though, doing nice, nearly catches that recovery. Recoveries do a lot of damage with those guns. Slide sidestick doesn't connect. I don't know if that was intentional, but he as a spacing option, did a nice job of forcing Dr. Phasm to recover here. Dr. Phasm, though, has that spear, and that down sig does connect. Little Phase. Oh, and the end of that down sig connects. Little Cap has to do so much here to recover. Dr. Phasm is doing exactly what he needs to recover this. The neutral sig comes out, not going to connect, does get punished. Weapon throw into ground pound, doesn't connect. Side sig, Stomp nearly comes out. Sidelight, not, the damage is too high for it to be true anymore. Stomp Sidelight is only true at lower damages. Otherwise, the opponent moves too fast. The Sair comes out. Watch out for the ground pound. My heart just jumped in my throat right there. A Dare would do it as well here. Double chase dodge through the Stomp here. Recovery would KO. There's a Sair. This is tense. If Lil Capped takes this game, that is it for the tournament. Perfectly timed dodge avoids that ground pound. Dr. Phasm playing so smart right now. Just knows he's got this range advantage. And the Dare, Stomp Dare for the KO. And there you have it, folks. Lil Capped is our Blazinator 9 1v1 Brawl 9 champion. Just like that, our tournament is over. So the first, second, third places all win community colors plus league points, as well as top 8 wins some league points as well. I gotta say, big thanks to Blazinator for having me out to cast. Always a blast, you guys. A big shout out to Finch for casting, and a big shout out to Tannerus for like popping in and saving at the last minute.
Yeah, it's once again, thanks for having me. Thanks to Cookie Blaze for not only running the tournament, but running Blazinator in general. It's been a blast, and again, fantastic casting with you as well, Toast.
Thanks, dude. And so with that, folks, we are going to bid you good night. If you like what you see here, go out there into the world of Brawlhalla. There are a million tournaments. There's a million good casters out there. There's a million good streamers out there. Support your local leagues. Blazinator, again, is entirely a volunteer run, and anything they get donated goes into the prize pool directly, which is kind of cool. Hashtag, I'm a shill, just for this one thing. But folks, thanks for tuning in and hanging out. You guys are great. I'm Toast BH. You can catch me on Twitter or Twitch. And cheers.
Yeah, it's like you said, if you wanted to catch up with the Blazinator, the Nightbot has posted the Discord link in the chat there. But otherwise, yeah, this is Tannerus signing off. And as always, keep it classy.